Welcome back everybody to Phil's Recap and Review, The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 15, Worth. And if this is your first time joining us, we're really happy to be in the safe hands of Joe Dirtylocks tonight, who's joining us as well. We're in the wilderness with our dicks in our hands talking about this episode of The Walking Dead, and we're two demented fucking ghouls. We're definitely two demented ghouls getting ready to talk about this episode, but welcome everyone. If you want to join the conversation, you can right now if you pop on in. We have a voicemail and a text line, also a call-in line right now at 657-383-1435 if you're watching live. If you're listening to this podcast later or you're watching the video later, you can always call and leave a voicemail or a text at 781-990-8509. Let us know what you're excited about after this episode, if anything, and what you're looking forward to in the season finale. Maybe what you're looking forward to is The Walking Dead being over, like my co-host, as I assume, but who knows? You never can tell with Joe what he thought about this week's episode of The Walking Dead. But Joe, welcome back this week. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing very well. Very well.
Yes. And
this episode was fucking awesome, Phil.
You liked it? You were feeling it?
Oh my God.
Oh yes.
Oh my God, it was so fucking good.
We're gonna get all
back to the basic. Oh, it was so refreshing to see.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into this. And
so many good things about this episode.
Joe, who is pacified and properly medicated tonight, is going to be having a good time. People were complaining about Joe being so upset and angry, so we're gonna have a calmer, gentler Joe tonight.
Oh yeah, man, this shit was fucking fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing. And we have the Iron Throne, and of course, how could I forget? But I can never forget because they're fucking awesome. We get the live motherfucking chat. We got to pull your Atari Dad, Milt, Iron Throne, Killmonger, Chalkboy, Bliss, Miguel,
all
Ducks.
Lots of great people out in the audience tonight.
Amazing folks who are all excited. Joe liked an all Negan episode. What the fuck?
They shouldn't be in the audience though. They should call in. Yeah,
definitely. If you want to
get those texts going, tell us what you thought, man.
Yeah, because you guys already know now.
What did Joe think? What did Joe think? What did Joe think? Was it good?
Oh, okay. The soft jet.
Nobody was expecting that either. Nobody was expecting it, but that was such a good episode, man.
Joe was feeling it tonight. Okay, so we're gonna get all into this, and we'll test Joe. I'm gonna be like Negan testing Simon in this episode to test Joe if he liked this episode. But this episode was another one of the ones towards the late half of the season for me that was split. There was some stuff I did kind of enjoy, especially the Gregory in the Simon scene. I thought that was a really fun scene. I think Gregory eats up scenery pretty well, and when him and Simon were talking, going back and forth about what they're going to do because they're overtaking Negan, I thought it was kind of a fun situation right there. Killmonger says, best episode in the last 2 seasons. Dave says, first one Joe has liked this season, isn't it? I got something to sell you if you think Joe liked this episode. Glad I'm not the only one.
What?
No. It's early, Joe. I'm gonna take you for your word at the beginning here and see if you really did like this episode. So we're gonna I'm gonna challenge you on a few things as we go on.
Listen. It started off right away with the Negan scene, right? Is that right? Like Negan and Dwight right out in the courtyard there.
The episode opened. No, it opened up with something else. We had a different opening to the episode, Joe, that you might have blocked out.
Oh no, the letters, the framed by the letters, dude.
Yeah, we got that.
How classic is that? That's like you framed the episode so nicely, like with the car letters. So artsy, man. So artsy.
Here we go.
I
remember school and going to the movies and
what these letters
Friday night pizza and cartoons and grandma and grandpa in church, those summer barbecues and the kiddie pool.
Remember, Phil. Never forget.
Remember. Oh gosh, but we did get.
Judith will remember too, man. Judith will remember too.
She'll always remember, Joe. She'll always remember. The loot took a long time for the episode to get going. Wait a second, is this a late April Fool's joke? I don't know what's going on here. But we'll get into this and we'll break down Joe's thoughts in this episode. Wait, I'm not being fooled. Best Vomit Award goes to Eugene. You know what, Joe? I don't even want to waste any more foreplay. I mean, why not? Why not just get right into this thing?
Yeah, dude, stick it right in.
Let's stick it right in. Let's get right in the hole here. Okay, best vomit award goes to Eugene. He was vomiting all over the fucking place. I loved it. Eugene ate all that gross shit. I drank enough to like it, not to fight though. Simon was a really good zombie. Okay, we're going to get into a lot of things as this episode goes, but this is one point, Joe, I guess I'll disagree with you on. I did think that there were some elements in this episode that were all right. But, and I like that for once we actually get to see someone challenging Negan for authority and setting up a fight situation, whatever that was. All of that being said, the fight itself was filmed like dog shit. It looked so fucking horrible. They cut so much. They were filming angles like you were looking at it. You're looking at it from a perspective of you're looking at people's back. The shaky cam was to the point of a disgusting tilter whirl. It was fucking horrible. Okay. That part really actually
man, that shit was good. Negan finally sacking up, not all scared to fight somebody.
I like that. I like the concept of it. I like the concept.
Right.
I like the concept
he was all
of
like
it.
whiny little bitch with Rick, but like no, with Simon, he's all like, oh, I'm going to beat him up. And he does.
I like the trial by combat, Joe. Don't get me wrong. What I didn't enjoy in that
situation, fucking stupid, dude. I can't play any
do
longer.
It. No, I want to get you. I'm just going to agree with you until you can't handle it anymore, Joe. What did you really?
Do it, Bill.
You liked it?
Don't agree with me.
It was great.
Fucking awful, dude. It was awful. It was a bad fight scene.
It was a bad fight. It was just shot really horribly. I like the concept of having a trial by combat. I like the concept of some people showing their disdain for Negan and wanting to get together. It's something you've been calling for a while. But setting it up.
Wait. Let's. Oh yeah, trial by combat for Simon. He gets the trial by combat, but the 4 people that was standing behind him get bullets to the head.
Quick. They get quick deaths.
Right? Come on. That's fucking stupid. No matter who wins this, someone should step up and shoot Negan. This is stupid. It's just stupid. Makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Realistically speaking, did you actually like anything in this episode, or is it more the same for you?
Yeah, no, come on. Even Carl's letter is fucking Dad. There are workers in there, families. Like, if you haven't noticed, a lot of them have died. A lot of them have died. The soldiers have died, shit like that. So if there's going to be more soldiers, guess who's no longer a worker? Guess who's just falling right in line? Guess who's trying to kill your fucking dad and all his friends right now? Like, that's the way this is going to go. Negan says fight, they're going to fight. They're going to work. They're slaves. They're not workers. They're slaves. Yeah, it sucks that you have to kill them, but guess what? They're going to pick up arms too. They already have. They had to have. How many of them have died? None of them died. None of the soldiers died in that little hilltop excursion and all the outposts they've taken out. Come on. Stupid. It's fucking stupid.
People in the live chat. Lucille was on her period. No one got Lucille. DJ, a lot of people getting pissed off, but I think Negan is getting gets tainted bullets or tainted balls, I'll say. Okay, so this episode opens up, and we're gonna get right into this because there's not much foreplay to talk about. I do agree with what I was saying. I actually do believe what I was saying, that I think there were a couple of scenes in this episode that I liked in the same way I feel about the last bunch of episodes. But the biggest problem I have with this episode is I feel like every good scene in it could have been in a different episode, packaged a little bit differently. In all these episodes, you could have made good episodes over with the material you had if you cut properly and do the right thing. Let me
see. In this one episode, right? How many one-on-one Dwight Negan scenes were there where it was just Negan pulling his dick out in front of Dwight? Was it 3? Or was it 2? And then a third was like the group of them in the room. But
it might have been.
I'm pretty sure it might have even been like 3 or 4.
It might have been 4.
I'm trying to be conservative on that. Like, and then like maybe I'm getting confused because there was also like, oh, we have Simon pulling his dick out in front of Dwight as well on at least 2 different occasions in this episode. Like they've gotten so redundant in the shit that they're fucking giving us that they can't even wait episode to episode to repeat the shit they're giving us.
Joe, but we did have this one cut scene that I have between Simon and Negan when they were talking about juice. They were talking about who has the juice, I have the juice, I have the juice. This is a cut scene that I just got, someone just sent to me that could have made the whole situation a little bit better. Let's listen to a few seconds of
You're
this.
gonna give me juice. The movie.
Wait, here we go. Here's what.
You know what? When you said that last time, I was kind of tripping, right? You're right. I am crazy.
Is that Mike Singleton movie or something? John Singleton?
Yeah, John Singleton movie juice.
It's funny because I was talking about him to Katie earlier today. I mentioned him earlier today.
It's a good movie, good movie. Anyway, I couldn't help but think about that during that scene right there. Okay, so new writers next year, I hope. Vomit was the scariest part of the episode. DJ Better. Tom says Do the Right Thing is another film. Atari Dad says, can someone explain to me why Simon tried to revolt against Negan again? Negan's plan was to kill everyone in Hilltop. Isn't that what Simon wanted? I think Simon tasted the power essentially and wanted to.
He wanted to keep the momentum going of anybody whose ear he had earwormed into.
Yeah, he felt like this was his opportunity to lead because he always had those kinds of aspirations. That's the dynamic of this episode that didn't bother me because Stephen Ogg and his character Simon is probably my favorite in this whole season. So this being pretty much a Simon-centric episode and his swan song episode, it didn't bother me as much. That being said, Negan annoys the shit out of me and annoyed me in this episode a lot as well. But I didn't mind. I didn't mind the savior stuff. I thought the savior stuff was pretty well done. It was everything else in this episode that I could have done without.
I mean, you already on top of Dwight's working with Rick thing, right? Because he picked up the girl in the car. And so not killing Simon in the first meeting where he's like, get on your knees and shit. It's to flush out whoever else might be on Simon's side, right? And he just kills them right out. But he, like, obviously then there's no support for Simon in that room at the end where he's like, this will be anew when I finish killing Negan. So why even bother with the fist to fist and beat him up? Just shoot him. Everybody in that room is still on your side. Like, you sit there and you burn people's faces in that room. Like, people who can't fight back, you're just like, oh, you have no chance of fighting me, doctor. So I'm just gonna burn your face off. Like, what?
The Kardowski asks.
So stupid. Like, this, so stupid. Shoot the fucker. Shoot them both. Shoot both the psychotic fuckers and decide that you're gonna get on with life without having a maniacal psychopath lead you all because it's safer.
A couple of questions for the couple of.
I don't get it. I don't get it. None of these people. It makes no fucking sense. Everybody out there who's like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. I love it. It's great. I love these characters. Oh, they're so magnetic. Like, put yourself in that shoes. Any one of those people in that room. You want to live as a slave, potentially about to get eaten by a zombie, raped by fucking Negan, your food stolen. Like, yes, slave life like that is much better than taking my chances on mowing down as many of these people as I can and then saying, okay, like, can't we all just, like, leave now? Not be raped slaves working for psychopaths? Oh, no, you killed me? Great. Better than living as a raped slave for a psychopath. Like, I don't fucking get it. Look at Eugene. He's like the power hungry. You see how quick he started pissing his pants? Like,
he's going
fucking, like, come on. He put some tracks in the ash. Okay, right? And then he buried himself in the ash under a tarp, under all that fucking ash and shit. Like, how did he get all that ash on top of him?
We're going to talk about this. Someone had a question about that.
How was that ash not kicked up in the fucking air?
With handcuffs.
Like, are you kidding? Like, yeah, right? And, like, she was literally, not literally as in the figurative use of the word literally, but literally 15 fucking feet behind him. 15 fucking feet. Big fat fucking Eugene huffing his fucking fat ass who just puked all over you through the fucking fence, running away, not making any noise, silent, covering his tracks, burying himself in fucking so fucking stupid.
Joe.
Just stupid. Like maybe yeah, okay, great. Yeah, he could have that idea. He's smart enough to have that idea, right? But maybe we could say Daryl might be able to get away with something like that, but fucking Eugene handcuffed. Now he's fucking like camouflage ninja man and the fucking
he's Rambo. Yeah, when
like
Rambo
running from Rosita and Daryl.
Yeah, he's like when Rambo hides in the mud or something like that.
Right, come on. Just stupid.
Joe, here we go.
Joe Dirtylocks has officially torn you a new asshole.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David. One more time.
Just goddamn,
Joe
so
Dirtylocks
fucking
has
stupid.
officially
Like, sure,
torn you a new
give us
asshole.
that. Give us some of those scenes. Use them properly.
Right.
Use them properly.
And that
like.
And that's what I'm saying to you a little bit, that there are some scenes that could have been done a lot better. And someone asked what stinks more, this season or Daryl's crotch. DJ says this season. Triggerman says, would I be the only one in The Walking Dead leaving Hilltop and going to West Virginia? Negan had to show he can be king. Joe, you fooled me, you bastard, says Dave. Apulia says, Negan had to show he was still a macho man. Oh yeah, macho man, this is going to rule the world. Problem is, outside the workers, a lot of these other guys are just psychopaths. Go Joe. Savior's guns will explode for Eugene bullets. He's like Rain Man if Rain Man had a child with MacGyver. Atari Dad says that's amazing. Joe delayed his laughter to avoid spilling his beer. Yeah, fat ass Eugene can get away from the tracker. Daryl, sure. Joe.
Now, let's talk about Eugene. There's little Eugene comments here too, right? Like,
and KK Trap says best hour of TV ever.
Like, none of these people in this room have been watching Eugene in the mixture he's using for the bullets. He hasn't written this shit down anywhere. He doesn't have other people trying to do this, so he doesn't have to. He's not trying to manage the process. So none of these other people have learned it so far, so that when they haven't discussed if he comes back, if we see him again, we kill him, right? We kill him because he's a fucking
douchebag.
Useless piece of fucking shit douchebag.
He's a giant douchebag.
You can see he tastes like
and he smells. He smells. He smells.
Get it? I don't get it. They're all ruthless, but no, we won't fucking kill him. Yeah, we will. We'll fucking cut him open. We'll fucking bury it. We'll burn his fucking body. And we'll say Walker's got him. He must be wandering off in the fucking forest.
Trap House says amazing writers, best show ever. Saltpeter, yeah, that fattest Eugene, get away from the tracker, no way. Didn't want Carl's letter to stop, says Trap House. You will get your wish, Trap House. We're gonna listen to every second of Carl's letter because this is the most important part of the entire episode, and I want to hear Joe's reaction to this straight off. We got to hear what Joe thinks here. So the episode, since we know how much he loved this episode. So the episode
less about these fucking letters too.
The episode opens up Rick reading his letter with happy music, hopeful, looking at the kid Judith, and we hear Carl's voice. Let's listen to what Carl has to say.
With that giant cake and Aunt Evie showing up on leave, surprising all of us. I remember Mom.
Fucking Shane.
Codger.
Oh, whoops.
I remember school and going to the movies and.
Dude, this sounds like. Do you know what this sounds like?
No shit, dude. It was fucking like what? A year ago?
It sounds
a year ago, right?
It sounds like the beginning of a Wonder Years episode. And then
it was a year ago.
And then I remember Paul Pfeiffer and Winnie Cooper, the girl that I really loved.
Midnight pizza and cartoons and Grandma and Grandpa and church.
2 years ago.
Summer barbecues and the kiddie pool you got me.
Oh, fucking the kiddie pool.
The kiddie pool.
Yeah. You know how many times I came home and pissed in that pool, Carl? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You swam in it all that summer. I was so drunk. Shane and I drank so much, I pissed in that pool like 4 times. I should have probably emptied it once.
You told me about the walks we'd take when I was 3. You holding my hand around the neighborhood all the way to Ross's.
When I met Winnie Cooper up on the swing that day, we were never the same. I kissed her, and she kissed me and touched me inappropriately under the stairs. Cattigat says this music is very Folgers, like enjoy your coffee. I said when you see the scene, you see Rick sitting there. It's almost like a commercial for Bran Flakes or mutual insurance or something like that. It just felt so happy, like you're in a special land where money doesn't matter and happy things. It's just happy. I feel safe, Dad. I feel safe. Jimmy Olsen Blues, thanks for the super chat donation. You're awesome, buddy.
Jimmy Olsen, I absolutely agree with you. To this point, to this day, I'm still going to say, as far as acting goes, there's still a lot of great talent on this show, no doubt. But I have been enjoying, for some reason, like they're almost mirror images of each other. The way they talk and present Simon and Negan, but I enjoy Negan's take on it more than. Excuse me. I enjoy Simon's take on it more than Negan's.
More than Negan's. Paul Q says, is this Stand By Me? Yeah, it's Stand By Me or fucking Wonder Years. For the spin of the wheel, Jimmy Olsen Blues landed on Joe Drink.
Jimmy Olsen blows.
Jimmy Olsen blows. Now, you don't blow.
You didn't say that.
Did I rewind that? Zip, zip, zip. Jimmy Olsen blows. Jimmy Olsen Blues.
Someone mark that time.
Mark it. I said it. Sorry, dude. I was
gonna give him shit forever, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, you can put that on repeat, rinse, repeat. Jimmy Olsen Blues.
Somewhere around 2030.
Thank you.
Sorry, Phil.
No, Mark, write that down so we can. No, Joe, write that down so we can get it in our
2030.
2030. Okay, I got it. 2030. 2030. Sorry about that.
Like my vision used to be before the last two of these.
Sorry about that, but you landed on drink. So Joe, take a big guzzle of your beer or go back and get a shot of tequila.
That was a $2 donation. Do I do a shot of the 1800 silver for that? Nah,
you have to, motherfucker. Don't judge. Don't judge.
Don't judge.
Don't judge, Joe. Isn't that Supergirl's Jimmy?
Donations are wonderful.
Greg trying to pull off a Walter White, great talent, no direction with Stephen Ogg. Okay, so we get more of this speech.
And he told me about all that stuff, but it isn't just that stuff. It's how I felt. Holding your hand, I felt happy and special. I felt safe.
I felt happy and special. Corey says, is this like Oz where the dead guy narrated the last season? Is Carl just going to narrate everything? They should have killed Carl
with the dead guy. The wheelchair?
Spoiler alert, Augustus Hill dies before the second to last season of Oz, but he's still in the final season narrating through the whole thing.
The wheelchair guy, right?
Yeah, the wheelchair guy.
I thought growing up was about getting a job and maybe a family.
From, like the Telltale Wall there.
Yeah, and there's some guest appearances where they have other characters from Oz that died in previous episodes coming back to narrate episodes in the final season. But Augustus is in every episode. And
an adult, but
the best part of waking up
yourself and the people you love
is Carl's Grimes in your cup.
Things happen. They happened before. You were
brought
shot
to you by AMC.
Kind of felt like things went bad because you were shot.
I mean, fuck, dude, come on.
That's actually the music that was playing,
dude.
Too,
that
right?
was like frickin' Cattigat is saying it the Folgers themes, and it goes so good with that, dude. It goes so good with this. Wait, I gotta do that again.
I want to make you feel safe.
Folgers, do you feel safe? Do you want something safe in your
cup? Or maybe
You
Summer's
held my
Eve,
hand.
Massengill?
Just to feel that way for 5
Modest
minutes. I'd give
7,
anything
some
to
sort
make
of
you feel
feminine
that way
hygiene
now.
product?
Yeah. Or enemas. Joe, do you ever feel like you
Fucking menstrual cup commercial?
Joe, do you ever feel like you need an enema?
I don't think it's.
I do.
You went out there again, but I don't think they surrendered. I don't think they will.
Oh fuck. So oh, it's horrible. Did Carl finally die? No, he's sticking around. What was the point of killing off Carl if Negan and Rick refused to find peace, Jasmine? Excellent question. I think just because they didn't want to pay him certain wages, so kill the kid actor off before he's officially an adult and has to get paid more.
But they're going to just hire another adult actor, and they're going to have to bring in a big name and pay him what they would pay Carl.
Maybe they just felt like they needed to do something, and they couldn't think of anything else to do, so they decided to kill Carl.
That's exactly what it is. Scott Gimple is fucking a talentless fucking hack, and largely the first few seasons, what's good about it isn't what he brought to the table, but about the source material and and what he took from that.
Joe, and I
is
think
what built it.
I think you're right in the sense that maybe it has more to do with them choosing or them making a decision to not wanting to do some of the things that Carl does in the comics. So why don't we just kill him for shock value? Because we don't want to actually bring some of those stories because we got to do our own thing. But whatever.
Well, it could also be because, Chandler Riggs is a shitty fucking actor.
That doesn't help. But
Sorry to say it. Like, I don't shit on the acting in this show much, but I will say it. Like, I wasn't disappointed with him, in the first few seasons. He didn't have big roles. He's a kid, lay off. He's learning still. But, like, they wrote him shittily. They wrote his lines as excrement.
Excrement. Tom says, can we finally get rid of Carl? Like someone said, like burn his body and feed the ashes to some fish.
Right? He's not gone. Carl ain't gone. Carl has been in every fucking episode.
Joe,
die.
I will never be gone. You'll always hear me. I'll always be here in your ear.
God.
Joe, how do you feel about The Walking Dead? I'll always be asking you. What did you think, Joe? Every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, what you're gonna like haunt me like I'm fucking Morgan now?
Joe, you'll be clear, Joe.
You'll be my Ollie.
Joe, tell me. Joe, tell me, Joe. Tell me, Joe. Tell me. You'll be hearing that hoo-hoo. Oh, sorry. You'll be hearing that hoo-hoo into your fucking dying day, dude. Paul says, yes, I agree, Joe. He was an awful actor. Damon Pope. Yes, Damon Pope from Sons of Anarchy. Also in Oz. Also Michael from Lost. Okay, so let's continue with this shit. And get to some of the better aspects of this episode, because we could shit on this Carl letter crap like all fucking day. And I'm going to continue to shit on it a little bit more.
There are workers in there, Dad. They're just regular people, old people, young people, families.
Real people.
You don't want them to die, Dad.
You don't want them to die, Dad.
We're so close to starting everything over, and we have friends now. It's that
Someone asked this, and it's just a joking matter. How come Carl doesn't have an accent?
world Jesus talked about. The kingdom, the hilltop. There's
Rick talks like this. Carl talks like this.
got to be more places. More people out there. A chance for everything
Jesus
to
was
change
right.
and keep changing.
Jesus was right.
Everyone giving everyone the opportunity to have a life.
A life.
A real life.
Real life.
So if they won't end it, you have to. You have to give them a way out.
End your life, Rick.
Just kill yourself, Dad. That's what I heard too, Joe. That's exactly what I heard.
Right? Because like if you want me just to lay down our guns and say, okay, peacetime, Negan, he's gonna say, okay, 1, 2, 5, 10, all of you have to die, and no matter what it comes down to, he's gonna kill me, son.
Hickory.
You are stupid, and you know nothing of the world and how evil people really fucking are. Remember, son, you were 12 when this all started, so you didn't really pay attention to the news. You don't know that people like Negan like to eat bodies in their fucking basement because they're fucking crazy in the fucking head. Like, are you like
Hickory dickory
no,
dock,
don't forget,
Carl.
Rick, you were a fucking cop. You know that people get locked up and put in jail for like you're sentenced to millennia. You will never get out. You will die 4 times over. In fact, we're going to kill you and then incarcerate your fucking dead body. No, your ashes. The ashes of your dead body will be incarcerated on top of that for another 1,000 years, because that's what we do to people in this country anyway, because you're that fucking evil. Oh, but no, don't worry. After the zombie apocalypse, none of those people will rise to the cream of the crop like Negan did and fucking do shit like this, like Simon did, and kill whole fucking villages of men and boys and fucking. At least that was cool. We know Simon was responsible, not necessarily all.
Oh yeah,
the saviors,
that makes sense.
All of the saviors that followed Simon and didn't like be like, you know what, that guy's fucking pretty crazy. Maybe I should shoot him in the back of the head on the way back to fucking base because he's really fucking crazy. You know what? And then after I shoot him, maybe I'll bite him to make it look like somebody else bit him and say, or I'll just find a walker head to bite him or something, like just to cover my
Joe.
ass. But anyway, the dude's got to fucking die.
Joe, that's going to be harder than you think
God
because the walkers don't
damn.
care about biting anymore. They just care about playing patty cake and jumping on top, playing pig pile anymore. Karen says, Carl was getting too old to play a child. Timeline sucks. Hannah, welcome to the chat. Hannah, always awesome to see you. Carl went from serial killer to philosopher in one episode.
Right?
And something that Jasmine said up above, she said, well, Carl got cast, so it couldn't have been that bad. Child actors, it's hit or miss with child actors because a lot of times when you cast the child actor, you're casting them on look, not on talent, and how well they can just be on camera, and then they can either grow into good actors. In some cases they do, in some cases they don't. It's kind of playing Russian roulette with it, and really rolling the dice. And how many other cliches can I
Christian
throw?
Bale grew into a good actor, in my opinion.
No, but it's hit or miss. So it's. I think
it is very hit or miss.
It's hit or miss.
A dozen that didn't. The Coreys.
Yeah, the Coreys. But then like Arya Stark or something like that. Like she could have been bad. She grew into a great actress. Maisie Williams. There's a lot of examples. I mean, we could sit here for days and name random child actors that were good as kids and not good as adults. And once you get a certain age, it's tough. Like look at fucking Macaulay Culkin or some shit like that. But
or like some that never were good. Drew Barrymore.
Or another person that's good as a kid, good as adult, is Elijah Wood. He was really good in something like The Good Son, and then grew it to be good in the Lord of the Rings movies and stuff. I mean, some people do make the transition, but it's not as seamless. And I think with Carl, maybe he was a better kid actor than a real actor. Want to see an example of a good child acting? Look at The Deaf Girl in the Quiet Place, Danny Buttafuoco, or Danny Bonaducci, you mean? Okay. Anyway, so then we get the commercial brand flakes and all of that. Play you know what it is for Morgan. What play you know? Do you understand that? Sorry, Jasmine, I'm not sure I know what you mean. Play you know what it is for Morgan. I barely.
Play you know what for Morgan.
Play you know what?
I don't know, but what you know that I don't.
Okay, The Good Son. That was an awful movie. It was.
Play it.
It was pretty fucking awful.
The Good Son is very awesome.
He said awful.
Lived on the street.
He said awful.
House was on.
He said awful. And we got Carmine from Red Team Review in the live.
Awesome. I said awesome.
And
I think there's a lot of talent in the Culkin family. Macaulay is shortchanged as far as talent goes. Not overlooked, but like he doesn't have any talent. I agree.
And I'm gonna spin a fucking wheel for Jasmine for the super chat donation. Bam, 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 motherfucker. And lots of love to Carmine. See him in the live chat. Want to give him a big fucking sloppy kiss as we get a fucking Wild Haunter appearance. When Morgan keeps saying, oh, you know what? I know what? What? That fucking shit. Yeah, I know what you're saying now. I can't read. I never learned to read. So let me do something like this. You know what? What? I see someone what? I don't know. What? You know what? I don't what? What, motherfucker? What? Say what again, motherfucker? Say what again? Yeah, motherfucker.
Say what again, motherfucker?
Motherfucking what? And you also landed on, Jasmine, you landed on review commentary of your choice. Email me at igotissuesman@gmail.com.
Shit.
Let me know what you want me and Joe to either watch live and react to, or do a review or short video or a live podcast on.
We still owe one, right?
We do. We owe. I got to do Gotham for Broke, and a couple people that had super chat donations last week haven't emailed me yet. But if they do, and I do, I also have to do an anime, and you and I have to do a Game of Thrones one coming up as well for someone on a super chat donation. So, and Matt and I have to do a Sopranos one. So I have the list, and they will all be done at some point in time. Lietta says that damn letter made me want to turn the channel. Yeah, it was an awful way to start the episode. It was too much of that. So definitely let me know, Jasmine.
Think about how it was to end it the same exact fucking way. And then why Michonne would listen to anything Negan had to say immediately afterwards is beyond me.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
As soon as she finished, she should have been like, click.
Jasmine,
they should have shown that and still let Negan talk into nothing and break the microphone. That would have been fucking awesome. I would have laughed my fucking ass off and been like, that is fucking cool shit. Because you know what? Fuck him.
Fuck him right in his ear. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. Yeah, dun 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 dun. Okay, so let's get away from this commercial breaks. He wants Negan. Jesus was right. There's a bigger world. We see people getting ready to the fights while Carl talks about
You
wanting.
have to find peace with Negan.
Gotta find peace with Negan, Joe.
Find a way forward somehow. We don't have to forget what happened, but you can make it so that it won't happen again. That nobody has to live this way. That every life is worth something. Start everything over. Show everyone that they can be safe again without killing. That it can feel safe again. That it can go back to being birthdays and school and jobs and even Friday night pizza somehow. And walks with a dad and a 3-year-old holding hands. Make that come back, Dad. And go on those walks with Judith. I shall remember them. I love you, Carl.
Is it over yet? Is it over yet? So, I mean, is there anything else we need to say about this? Do you think, Joe, I'll end it on this. Do you think this is the last time we'll hear Carl's voice on the show or see Carl on the show? No. He's coming back again, right? A 1,000 times. This is
I don't care. Like, what would possibly be the reason to bring him back? Like a Rick dream. Like, okay, I hate dream episodes to begin with. So, like, if we see him, to me, it means fucking nothing. Dream episodes are the stupidest fucking episodes in any season of any series ever. Like, they're very rarely done well. Like, the killing of Big Pussy. Like, rare example, right? That was like half dream episode, half kill Big Pussy.
Yeah,
right?
the test dream episode, I believe it was called the season 3 finale of The Sopranos. I think it was. No, season 2
very
finale. Season
few times in life are anything like that done well.
So let's quickly get through this next scene. Off to Michonne lying in bed as she doesn't look like the look of her dresser. She basically gives her dresser a death look. She's like, I want to kill you, dresser. But no, she's looking in there and she reaches in and she sees a note and it's Negan's letter. So Killmonger at this point in time in the episode said, don't like the Carl voiceover shit. Chalkboy says, would have been better if Carl said, avenge me. Atari Dad says, I feel like they should be starting Judith's survival training right now. And DJ said, I like the parts of the letter, but you have to make peace with Negan? What the fuck? Come on, Carl. Not possible. You can't feel safe like you did before all this happened. I wish the writers would make Rick like the letter, but know that it's not realistic, and that be the struggle because his son was, and I added this because her son was naive. Santovia says,
a dink.
How come Carl doesn't have a southern accent? It was Santovia that said it. How come Carl doesn't have a southern accent? Chalkboy says, she should have killed Negan when he was holding her. And who knew that Danny's that Michonne's best line in the night would come in the Infinity War trailer. So we come back in, and this is my favorite scene in the entire episode, Joe. Hands down, the Gregory and Simon scene. I feel like both these actors got to eat up scenery when they're eat up the scene when they're on screen. They really own these characters. Gregory is such a schwarmy dick, and really you can expect him to do what he's going to do. Had some really exceptional one-liners in this scene. And Simon, I think both of us have said nauseatingly amounts of time how much he's the high point of these past 2 seasons. So having these 2 characters, which I feel are 2 of the newer characters introduced that hit home a little bit more for me than some of the other people like Ezekiel or Jesus or Negan. These 2 characters are probably the 2 most interesting of these new characters.
I find nothing interesting about
Gregory.
I
like Gregory. I think he plays a good cock. And I find characters like this not fun to watch get their comeuppance on my screen over and over again.
Exactly like Eugene.
If
you give me the power, I will treat you like shit and make you feel my power.
He's less. The actor's performance is less annoying to me than Eugene.
Yeah, but it's the same character. And if you take away my power and threaten me, I will cower before you until you don't.
So let's listen to a little bit of these 2 motherfuckers. No, not that.
I'm here to make amends. You made me look like an ass.
Look, my intel wasn't current. Things changed at Alexandria. Juice Juice and momentum can change the
Juice.
game.
The juice. Who's got the juice?
They had it, and they did it. Margaret had the hilltop by the nuts. I didn't know it, and yet.
Do you know why I think I like him? Because I don't think they overuse him, and I think they use him just enough in the right scene in the right moment. So it's not bashed into our head, and it's not. I don't know. I find him a likable son of a bitch.
Right, but the thing is,
We paid
he
the price.
should already be dead.
Yeah.
He never should have been in charge of the hilltop. Are you kidding me? And why didn't anybody kill him already? And the numerous times you find this guy wandering through the wilderness alone because he's got his fucking dick in his hand, running back and forth. Why hasn't anybody said, you know what? There's no reason for you to be on this earth anymore. You've contributed absolutely nothing since the apocalypse absolutely nothing.
Oh fuck! I like it, Joe. And sorry, I was late on this, but I wanted to do that. I wanted to do this for you. Wait, play it. God damn.
Joe Dirtylocks has officially torn you a new asshole.
I was late on it, David, but I wanted to make sure it got pushed to the right point in time.
You got one other one in there. I heard that one before.
yeah, I've got more. I gotta set them up. I don't have them. I haven't put them in with the rest of the soundboard stuff, so I'm having to go into the emails to get them. but they're good, so good. I want to make sure I play them. So Carl had the fever, and that's why he's talking about forgiveness. Margaret should. Yeah, exactly. D. Margaret should have shot him a season ago, and I think that's to Joe's point. Hannah and Joe are usually in agreement. Atari Dad, the better question is how. The better question is how has a zombie not killed him on his trips back and forth? We saw how badly he deals with zombies before. I came, I saw, I left. Great fucking name. Carl needs to die. He was shot twice, once in the eye. He gets bit doing something stupid. Can he just die already? Can we not hear his voice, his disembodied voice? So let's continue with the recap here. Simon is like, I need to fuck you up to make a point.
You.
It's all you. I need to fuck you up.
Optics.
You don't have to worry about optics now. Because
Oh, I know. I have that juice. I have that momentum. I want to keep it.
I got the juice.
Ergo, you go.
There you go.
Well, that is just.
I know we're again nauseatingly repeating this over and over again, and it's hard not to enjoy a scene he's in, Joe. And now that he's off this show, it's almost a celebration. You know, usually the Talking Dead does. Let's play the sad piano music to say goodbye to Stephen Ogg's character. Goodbye. Oh, well, playing Pink Floyd. Thank you, Hannibal. Hannibal's doing Pink Floyd. But that was supposed to be sad music. But let's say a huge goodbye and the congratulations to Stephen Ogg to go on to other projects. So basically in this whole scene, it sets up that Gregory wants to be the new Starscream to the Megatron of Trevor when Trevor takes over the sanctuary, and Trevor likes the thought of it and says, "Make me fucking coffee, bitch. Let's make me coffee, bitch."
Best in the land.
God. And this is stupid too.
What that the fact that that their whole
I
interaction.
was gonna kill you, but since you got all cocky and went down like a sack of taters, I think I'll have you make me coffee instead. You can be my little Dwight bitch boy after I kill that son of a bitch for killing Negan.
I can't argue with you that it's like silly, but that's the kind of stuff in The Walking Dead I can forgive if it's interesting and fun. And I enjoy.
I can't.
I enjoy the scene.
I can't because it's dumb cliche shit. And they're supposed to be above that.
Are they?
They used to be.
Were they?
No, because it's a zombie shit show, right? I guess not.
No,
but like,
no, the first.
Okay, see, again, you want to be a campy cliche bullshit show? Be that. You want to be a serious, frame an episode with 2 fucking heartfelt letters from a dead child? Then be that. But you fail at trying in the slightest to be both, maybe because you try in the absolute slightest. And then throw in on top of that your sprinkling of same old cliche TV movie bullshit that Hollywood has been ramming down our throats for the past, 40 years? Like, come on. People are sick of that shit. That's why they have left you in droves, because you let some fucking Hollywood fuck sit in his fucking golden throne and decide we're going to do all the things that Hollywood has done, so that's what works. But you see, before you started doing that, what worked got you millions of more viewers. You could compete with a Sunday night football game. Are you kidding me? No way. No way. Not anymore. Nope. You have lost millions and millions of viewers because you fell into this comfortable, stupid fucking place.
No, it's hard to argue with you. And I was joking. It would have been interesting to see what this series would have become if Frank Darabont controlled it all the way through and ran the show at least into this point and had it run maybe 8 seasons like normal shows do and then gone off the air. Instead, it's going to be I'm very curious how many more seasons The Walking Dead will go, or if it will. I think a lot of it has to do with this new showrunner, because if it keeps, it's still doing decent enough in the ratings. It's lost a lot of viewers, but still gets 5-6 million viewers a show. For a show that used to get maybe 16, 20 or something like that, it is a big dip. But I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I could be inflating them, but I'm assuming and estimating numbers here. But we'll do that at the end of the season. Maybe Joe and I will do an after show and look at some of the ratings and talk about some ways The Walking Dead could improve going into season 9. But anyways, let's continue back with this one. Then we go to Oceanside. Yeah, there was Oceanside in this episode. Yeah. So then we go to... No, I mean, what's to say about Oceanside? There's people talking about killing Aaron. We see Aaron hungry and thirsty. They don't care, and we go to the next scene.
But they do care. In fact, they care so much they go back with 20 girls instead of just 2 or 3. They all want to go see the man. Is that it? Are they like, there's a man in the woods. Let's go see him.
Lola says...
We used to have men before, remember? Like... Makes no sense. Now they're like no men whatsoever. Like, you used to live with them. You loved them. They were your husbands, your sons, your brothers, boyfriends, enemies maybe too. But like, you go from like some psychopath killed all our men to like, absolutely nobody will join us.
Yep. And then we're in Oceanside with Aaron playing suffering succotash at the tree, just, oh, woe is me, oh, woe is me.
And essentially, basically what that means is we will all go off into the woods and watch each other die slowly, because none of our families are going to grow, right? We kill everybody, male or female, that comes in contact with us. You know, maybe we're changing that a little and not killing some people, but like, what? Like, you're just going to watch each other die slowly instead of just like, go die now.
And
like, just give up now then.
Carmine asked, wait, Oceanside is still a thing? Yep, they're bringing us back there because they had one guy, Aaron, who's the character that they can't think of what the fuck to do with. So they basically said, hey, Aaron, why don't you just go sit in a tree outside of Oceanside? So he's just sitting at a tree, hanging out there, not eating or drinking, just hanging out at the tree. And we haven't seen him in a couple of episodes, but they keep bringing us back to Oceanside because we really care, and we need to bring more useless characters in because reasons. Yep. I don't fucking know.
All that time
it's super fucked up. And,
all that time.
Yep. And if I just saw that someone called in and maybe got disconnected, but if you want to call in and talk, definitely do it. 657-383-1435. And we got a text message that says, Joe and Phil, love you guys. I like this episode a little bit more than you guys, but I feel the same as Joe. This show is horseshit. And here we go. This says, "Hey Phil, I know this isn't related to tonight's episode, but what the fuck ever happened to Heath and that key card with the PPP written on it? It's been over a year and a half, and we still haven't heard a word since." Heath is over in 24.
He found the rebellion. He handed the key card over.
And
they stuck it in a fucking droid. And they sent that droid off to go find the Enterprise.
And now he works for Jack Bauer and Chloe in the 24 universe. So I think what happened was the actor was on.
Is that where he went?
I think, but I don't know if
he went to Star Wars. It was Jack Bauer. You're right.
I think he went to the 24 reboot situation, but I don't know if that got renewed or whatever. So maybe we'll see Heath again next season because that show is a colossal fucking explosion of shit. Because we can do 24 without Kiefer Sutherland. Because
you can't do 24 with Kiefer Sutherland.
You could do 1 or 2 seasons of it. There was a couple of good seasons of 24. There was just way too many of them. A couple of this one would have been all right.
It's no longer 24 since we've gone to multiple seasons. It's now 182.
Funny story. If you guys want to see some early reviews of Joe and I when we were just starting out before there was a motherfucking chat, you can see me torture Joe through some 24 reviews.
I did it because Catelyn Stark was in
because Catelyn Stark was in it. And
there's some surprising parallels.
Cadigan says this episode was matte to decent. I mean, it was predictable writing. We all know that Negan knew about Dwight and Simon, and he played both predictable writing, in my opinion. Do you think Aaron will play the Knights of the Vale card for The Walking Dead? Yes. Absolutely think he's going to play the Gandalf / Knights of the Vale card at the final point in next week's episode. I think that was the point of seeing it. But in fairness, you didn't have to go back there to see them bring him in, but whatever. Okay, so we're at the den. Then we go over to the den of the 70s porn star Eugene the Dick. He's got sardines, and he's got a sardine garlic shit of I don't even know, but let's listen to a little bit of Eugene because
good garlic to me.
He's always fun.
And everything else.
That sardine mac and cheese recipe I gave you was a staple from my college days when, as a castrated student,
I can't listen to him fucking drone about mac and cheese. Like, are you fucking in the fanciest possible fucking language they could think of? Are you kidding me? Somebody even yells out fucking troglodyte in this fucking episode. Are you fucking serious? How long did that writer wait to put troglodyte into a fucking script somewhere? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my fucking god!
It was in
Knock it the fuck off.
It was in his senior thesis, dude.
And bitch slap this stupid fuck with a bag full of bullets. Please tell him to stop talking like a fucking shithead. Are you kidding me?
But Joe,
why hasn't somebody Are you kidding me? Every time he opens his mouth and it sounds like that, I'm gonna kick him in the fucking teeth. That would be my goal. I will teach you to speak like human.
I will teach you to speak like you. But the intellectual stimulation of the negative power, Joe, ground me down on sideways. So I made a garlic bread with a cheese pizza, and then I went and put some SpaghettiOs inside a dish, and I put it in the microwave until it went zap. And then I came inside the looping beady jack until I put it inside my ass. And then we're going to go hog wild on that son of a bitch.
Like, I can only put up with so much. Like, are you kidding me? I'd be sitting there as fucking Negan going, are you kidding me? I got to deal with fucking, like, this fucking idiot with the bullets speaking like fucking God. I don't even know what he's speaking like. This other fucking idiot over in this town, fucking king fucking douchebag. There's other fucking douchebag over here on the trash heap. What the fuck language is he speaking?
Thou art wrong.
Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Come on.
No.
Come on.
Me.
Oh my God.
It's been so.
That's why they killed off Abraham, because they couldn't have another one talking weird. Like Abraham, yeah, as much as I loved him, he was a weird talker. I always found a way to fit that shit bag, shit river, shit fucking stew, shit fucking mustache, shit something in there. Shit salad. Who knows? Shit.
Mother dick. And
head
Lamont
hurts.
says, late to the party, your head hurts. Late to the party, ate a monster burrito and took a huge Walking Dead. What really sucks. No Game of Thrones to look forward to. No Game of Thrones, but I am drinking the Hand of the Queen new Amagang beer. No, this isn't a fucking sponsorship, but Amagang will gladly take some sponsorships. Send us some free ones. 10.7 alcohol. Very good. I didn't like it the first sip, but
Oh my gang, send us some free fucking beer, you bitch.
yeah, send us a free beer, motherfucker. We promote your shit. But anyways, Cattigat says, I did like when Eugene vomited on Rosita. Quite a desperate move, but it worked, I guess. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, okay, so everyone looks around and is like, what? I do like the reactions to Eugene, how you can just tell everyone thinks he's a gigantic piece of horse shit. Eugene gives another speech. Sorry, Joe.
In his MIA, Simon has taken over and he has requested an exponential acceleration of production.
Oh, an exponential acceleration of bullshit streaming out your mouth. Please, just fucking end him.
So Eugene looks at a bullet, and we see that Gabriel's there working, and he coughs. And I actually like this. This is my favorite Eugene line of the entire evening. I like this shit. He starts yelling at him.
Last
for
thing
being
we can
sick.
afford is for yours truly to contract whatever kind of nasty infected you with your improper gut handling. My current theory is that it's either influenza or cryptococcus and therefore airborne. If it was of the blood variety, you would have already been dead. But the fact remains you're packing pathogens that can sting with the sneeze, making it imperative that you maintain your PPE at all times.
I would love for the fucking stupid fuck to just stand up and go, you know what? Fuck you. You're the piece of shit that let me and the doctor go. Now the doctor's dead. Bravo, you shithead.
Eugene needs to get laid. He'll stop talking normally, I bet. Like right away, he'll cut his hair immediately in bed and then start talking like a normal person all of a sudden. And so Eugene
No, he won't. He'll be like, I knew it would work.
for what is Eugene? Is Eugene ultimately in this situation?
What is Eugene?
What is Eugene, really?
What is he?
Joe, what the fuck is Eugene? I mean, sorry, the alcohol is kicking into the situation. I don't get Eugene's mindset in here. I mean, with Gabriel, can he just kill Gabriel? I mean, why are they keeping Gabriel alive? Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Is Eugene just a doctor at this point, Joe? Like he's basically telling Gabriel what's wrong with him.
He's talking shit out his ass. He's like, it's airborne. So any sneeze, like, is it airborne? Is it droplet? Like, so if it's airborne, the mask isn't doing shit. If it's droplet, the mask is doing a little bit, but he keeps scratching his fucking nose and putting his fingers down his throat and then touching all your fucking bullets. And then your other fuckers are touching those same bullets. So what is it? Because if it's airborne, that mask is doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if it's droplet, you're allowing him to touch his face and then touch all the shit that you're about to touch. So Eugene is not a doctor and he's an absolute fucking idiot. Period. Plain and simple. Like, that's the way that works.
Fuck
that's
logic.
The only way that works.
Yeah, and exactly.
Like, yeah, a sneeze, if it's droplet, could absolutely hurt anybody. If it's airborne, every time he exhales, that shit is not tight around his face. It's getting out.
Joe, I have this response to what you're saying.
Dude, it's only wrong when you take time to think about it. Come on.
It's only wrong when you take time to think.
You don't have to take time to think about it. Some things you don't have to think about. Like, okay, yes, I may have to think about some trigonometry equation and figure out if it's wrong. But when someone says, oh, dude, it's 2 + 2, 7. You don't have to think about it to know that that is wrong. It's just wrong. Like, you're not 4. You aren't learning math. You know 2 + 2 = 7.
Hey, you just
right?
got fucked
you
by
know
the
that.
truth.
No, it doesn't. It equals 4. Come on, guys. You don't have to think about it.
And lots of love to Cougar, Douglas, and Lamont, who said, who basically saying that they wouldn't watch The Walking Dead if it wasn't for us talking about it. So really do appreciate that, and great to see everyone. And thank you again to Carmine, who's popping on in the live chat. Great to see you, buddy, and lots of love to him. So, and if you haven't, I know he'll hate me, but make sure you go over to Red Team Review and subscribe to fucking Carmine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do that shit right now. So let's continue. Eugene calls someone out on, he just says fuck you, and he says, don't get me sick, you dirty motherfucker. And he continues one more time.
Try not to cry too loud. I want to go outside and test fire some of these rounds that you didn't compromise with your chicanery.
Do you know what that is? That's the Walking Dead writers watching Better Call Saul and being like, I really like that word chicanery. I want to steal it and put it in my show.
And troglodyte. I bet we can get them both in on the same episode.
So then they come outside and their friend is shot, and Daryl and Rosita get Eugene, and we finally see a second of action, and then it's gone. So then we see Dwight coming around a corner as we come back in from commercial break, and bump, whistle while you work.
Shouldn't be.
Negan is back, and they move a dumpster, and I don't really want to talk. I don't really want to talk too much because I just hear that whistle in my dreams. We hear the Mugwai whistle from Gizmo.
Oh, God.
I can't whistle. Thank you, Joe.
Why is that creepy?
It's 1, 2, Negan's coming for you.
I
3, 4, your harem's a whore. 5, 6, suck Negan's dick. What I mean, you might as well be doing that. Okay, so we see a walker in the back to remind you that then we get one of this is the second time in a couple weeks they did this over your head slap you with imagery bullshit. That we have this scene with Negan and Dwight. I'm not going to play it because there's more Negan to play later and there's only so much even I can handle. But we get this moment with Dwight and Negan, and Dwight basically can already sense that Negan knows something, but Negan's playing slippery dick with it, and he wants to wait for the right opportunity to come out with this shit. But then they flash, and you see a zombie stuck in chains to symbolize Dwight being stuck in that situation and locked there, just like the Rick mirror broken. It's just this obvious hanging.
Foreshadowing someone else being there, maybe, too.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit. So then we go over to let's go to the live motherfucking chat, and what DJ said at this point. Simon may be more straight up brutal than Negan. Oh, shut up, Gregory, wasting screen time. Wait a minute, Simon isn't going to kill Gregory, huh? Why are Negan's ladies still looking like they're going clubbing? Stupid. Blah, 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 Eugene. Blah, 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 Gabriel. Ooh, Eugene's in trouble like that. Okay, at least there's some tense dialogue between Negan and Dwight. So.
Right? Like, that's, yeah. And that's a great point. How would they even feel comfortable dressed like that?
Yeah,
like essentially, like, okay, before, when you could walk around and there was a lot of other people dressed like that, and I know there's not a lot of people that look like me, and I feel comfortable the way I look, right?
You look beautiful, Joe.
I know I look beautiful. Fuck yeah, I'm a handsome motherfucker.
I'm horrible at whistling, Tom Tom.
But in the zombie apocalypse, you're gonna walk around like, I think I'll wear my my party dress today and my 6-inch spikes. Like sure, you may actually feel comfortable in that, but do you feel comfortable in that at any moment during the zombie apocalypse?
Because the zombies aren't a threat anymore, as we're going to get into a little bit later. So we come back in on Simon and Negan, and I thought this was also a very funny scene and one of the better scenes in the episode. Just like better scenes in the episode. Go fuck yourself up.
Everybody owns one set of outfit.
And we basically, what I liked about this scene was seeing Simon's face while Negan is talking, and Simon just has this oh shit, hand in the cookie jar kind of feeling. That face I get when I'm all in with money in a poker hand and I know I have shit and someone's thinking about calling me. Just I have no poker face, just this I'm fucked. I'm fucked right here. I'm fucked. And Simon kind of has that look through this whole scene, and it's funny because. And I also thought this scene was decently enough done in the sense that they don't show you that anyone else is in the room until after the forgiveness part. So this is all happening in front of people too. Negan's just brought in a new group of.
No, we saw other people in that room.
I didn't see them at first, maybe because I was looking down. So I saw the setup between Negan and Simon before I saw the people. So maybe I'm giving the show too much credit because I looked away for a second and I didn't see the people in the room at the beginning. But either way, I thought this was a decent scene. And
night you were gone.
I thought it was stupid. Like,
and Atari Dad,
you want him dead. Why not just get up and fucking attack him right then and there, Simon? Like, what?
Just to jump in the chat for a second before we lose what you were talking about, Atari Dad says, I think that's kind of the point, Joe. Less likely to run away in an outfit that allows for minimal movement. So Negan is forcing them to dress like that.
Right.
And
Let's have him be our leader instead of just kill him. Oh no, we don't have poison to do it. Plan over.
Cadigan says,
no other way to kill the man. Whoops. I guess that's it. Eugene foiled us. Like, what? What? That was your only plan. That was your only plan. That was the only way you could think to do it. Eugene wouldn't give you the poison, so you abandoned all hope. Oh, well, let's continue to get raped by Negan for the rest of our fucking lives. Again, I don't get it. Makes no fucking sense. Please, let me put back on the party dress and go work in a fucking factory. Because what, Negan's going to show up and want to fuck me in front of everybody? Yeah, even more of a reason to wear a party dress. Like, come on. Just fucking come on.
So sorry, Joe. I'm flashing the Joe is always right. Joe is always right. And everybody, if you want to get
be sorry for flashing that.
If you want to get your Joe,
right?
Joe
100, Phil.
Joe,
keep it 100.
You can get your Joe is always right T-shirts. You can find that in the link in the description.
Coffee mugs, fucking
coffee mugs that you can get. Anything
Whatever.
you want to get Joe is always right on. You can get it, or you can just buy your own T-shirt and write it on with a magic marker. Either way. It's okay with me.
There is no wrong way.
There is no wrong way
for Joe to always be right.
Exactly. All that's important is Joe's always right. So, Cadigan says in the comic books, Negan's women's are all lingerie. She also says, I thought a second Lucilleing was going to happen, but the gore has been toned down so much, so lame. Sigh. Maybe next year the gore comes back. That's because a lot of the bullshit buzz that came out of the Negan introduction, I think, got the wrong kind of press and told The Walking Dead the wrong information. Instead of the focus being on that the development of Negan was a good lead up and then the payoff was lame, which got some attention, a lot of people and the remnants of that came from, oh, it was way too gory the way he smashed that bat into two lovable characters. That wasn't the problem. The problem wasn't that he killed two characters. I know that sucks for a lot of people that enjoy those characters and whatever. That, to me, that is the least of the issues. The issues have to do with Glenn not being dead before that. It has to do with the cliffhanger kind of ending that they did with that season. It has to do with just the casting of Negan and the depiction of the whole Savior arc as a whole. It doesn't have to do with the too gory. But what the Walking Dead staff showrunners heard, they think we're too gory. So why don't we just do a bunch of conversational stuff? I think that's a good idea. I'd love to write some monologues and have everyone do monologues. And we'll give him a monologue and give you a monologue. And he gets a monologue. And I like bread! And we're going to get monologues? What the flying fuck? So I think the gore has been toned down because they heard what it's basically.
I think you're absolutely right, Phil.
They heard what they wanted to hear with the complaints about that finale. They didn't hear that the reveal was stupid, the payoffs were stupid, shit like that. They heard it was too gory, so let's get all introspective through this war. We're gonna. They think that was gory. We're gonna show that. We're gonna show them the most darn good, wholesome, analyzing. Internal war of all time. It's gonna be
the flip-flop.
Yeah,
the year of the flip-flopping characters.
Yeah,
stupid. Just stupid. Like, Phil, you know what? From this point on, every time you want to ask me anything about this episode, my answer is it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
Wouldn't that be funny if, like, Smurf, all you said for the rest of the episode was the word stupid? Stupid. stupid. So if we're like basically.
What did Joe think? What did Joe think? What did Joe think? Was it good or did it really fucking stink?
Stupid.
What did Joe think?
Wait, Glenn got his face smashed in? I just thought he rolled under the van and was doing fine, says Tom. Okay, so let's continue here. So we back in with Simon and Negan. Negan replies, setting in. We get Simon having a monologue, and then get ready. You think you have a monologue? I'm Mr. Monologue. And basically, this all sets up. I just want to yada yada some of this. Ultimately, this all gets set up so we have to mention Oz again for the night and add a BC-like moment with Saeed where Simon's crazy rage. This is more of Simon's the bad one. Simon is head first. This is all Simon's fault. Simon killed all the people in Oceanside. Simon did this. Simon did that. And at the end of this episode, Negan's only doing something bad because he is engulfing the spirit of Simon. Simon has infested him. I am up and in you, Negan. He has jumped inside infiltration. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Infiltrated the insides of Negan at the end of this episode and corrupted him with his evil stink. And it's all Simon's fault because we know what Negan really wants? Negan really wants to believe. Negan really wants to believe in what Carl said. Because at the end of this episode, we're going to get there, but at the end of this episode, Negan wanted to believe in what Carl said. He felt it because deep down, he's an all right guy, Joe. He's an all right guy, and he's gonna be a character. He's gonna be a main character next fucking season. No fucking way they're gonna kill him next week. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna fucking lose their balls, and Negan's gonna be Rick's little fucking number 2 by the end of next season. It's happening, and it's going to fucking suck.
Yep.
It's happening. It's fucking, there's no way they're killing fucking Negan, and I'm pissed about it. And so we come back and Simon and Negan go yada, yada, yada. So then Negan goes and he says to Simon, he gets Simon down on his hands and knees. He says, get down on your hands and knees and suck my cock. Get down on my hands and knees and suck my cock, Gary.
Suck it.
Suck that cock, Gary. And America, fucker. So they have the Team America moment where he makes the actor get down and suck his cock. But then Negan asks him if he's going to make a move. There's a long pause. He says no move to make. And he says all is forgiven. So then we see that then we see that Negan pulls out a map, shows what his plan is, explains, all of his plan. Dwight is watching all of this, and Negan presses him and shows him that, I believe in you, Dwight, and he's telling him, keep safe. And I guess this all makes sense now that I'm talking back through it, that Negan kept Dwight in the now because he wanted him to deliver these plans to Rick and the Piss crew. So he needed to play the game with Dwight for a little while. So I guess that makes sense. To give the show credit, that it makes sense that Negan had to play this game with Dwight for a while and he didn't just kill him.
Right, because he has him on 2 fronts.
Yep.
And he wants to see if he's right about either of them.
Yeah. So I will give the show credit on that for setting up. And again, I'll say it, we definitely disagree on this, Joe. The Savior stuff in this episode I thought was passable. Is it great? Is it going to be one of the best shows in the series? In another way, with The Walking Dead was in a different mindset right now, in a better show, scenes like this I wouldn't have mattered. It's just the overall feeling of the show is a negative, but I don't mind these scenes.
Scenes like what? Which scene exactly?
Scenes with Negan and Dwight. I enjoy their interaction.
Right. Are we on the second? Or are we still on the first one out by the dumpster?
We're at the second one.
So that's why I'm like, no, Phil, no. We did this once. We did this once already. Now, okay, here's the map and all this. Let's do it fucking again. Come on.
I know. We
did this once already.
Joe, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Take out that first scene and just make it this second scene.
Dude, that's when they shoot themselves in the foot, because they could, if they do it once and don't hammer things in home. But this episode, to me, the whole episode stinks of, they didn't have enough material to pad out this season for the X amount of episodes for the 16 episodes that they needed to do. So they need to fan this shit out and waste time and extra repetition and have these things last and have these pauses between dialogue to stretch time out, and all that sort of shit bogs down the fucking show. But the scenes themselves, at times, you have enough good shit that you could have put together 10 decent episodes of The Walking Dead. If you cut out fucking 5 episodes worth of bullshit that they didn't need to fucking have because it's repetition and it's boring crap. But somewhere within that turd, if you craft it down a little bit, you have these moments in this season to me. A couple moments here and there that actually are, I'm like, okay, you could have done something cool. Assholes. It pisses me off more, Joe, honestly. If it was just a shit show, I wouldn't be fighting you here. But because it has these moments, it pisses me off even more. It's like ripping down and giving me a second of hope and then ripping down my life. Not my life, but you know what I mean. Basically giving you a, hey, you want a sandwich? I'll be able to take the fucking sandwich. Don't offer me the fucking sandwich. Just let me die in hunger here, motherfucker. So I think that's what's pissing me off, because there are some elements here I like. If you take the best parts of all these scenes and you put them in one scene, then it would work. And it's just too much. So I can't fucking argue with your points. All I can say is I think I like the high points a little bit more, and I see through the forest of shit a little bit. And I'm trying to find moments and nuggets that I enjoy. And
right, but you know what? Like, if I have to peer through the 1 foot long shit links to see the diarrhea in the background, I don't want to do it.
Fair. Very fair. Very fair.
Like what's better, Phil? Like, if you're like, oh man, these shits are so big they're ripping my asshole apart, or like, oh, anything's better than that. So instead, you have that acidy diarrhea that just doesn't stop all day long. Nah, dude. Those are both bad. They're both bad. You're kidding yourself if you think otherwise.
Good point as always, Joe. So so we go back over here. So it's Simon. Wait. Oh shit! It's Simon. Wait, what? Negan, I would have bash Simon's head in. Negan is like a mafia boss running an extortion racket. Corey Mitchell says, yeah, but Negan has unlimited saviors. I think he has a factory that mass produces them.
Right, dude. Come on, like.
And Casey,
that's why I'm saying he's conscripting all the workers. Carl's letter falls on deaf ears because all these workers are stepping up to become the new soldiers. They have to, or the war is over because there are no more soldiers and only workers.
And and Killmonger said, I thought it was going to be like the Untouchables and he was going to bash his head in there. I thought that maybe that was going to happen as well. Should have. It would have been awesome. Big Kev with the super chat donation. Is Eugene making bullets that blow up in Savior's gun so he can redeem himself? Joe owes me a character impression of one. I want you to do Mace Tyrell. Can you do Mace Tyrell for me?
I can do Mace Tyrell. Mommy, I want to be Lord. Stop telling me what to do or give me more booze.
There you go, Big Kev, and here's another spin of the wheel for you, buddy. For your
it wasn't great, but that's all I could think of.
And Big Kev got everybody drinks.
I need more booze. I need more booze. Mommy, stop it, mommy. I'm the Lord, mommy. He's like Lord Aaron, right, of the Vale, only grown up, right, and his mom is still alive. And not psychotic. Well, not crazy, but maybe psychotic. No, pretty level-headed too. Never mind. But yeah, like Lord Aaron of the Vale.
And everybody, Big Kev landed on everybody drinks. So wherever you are, whether you're drinking water or fucking soda or beer or vodka.
I can't do another shot, Big Kev. I will fucking hit the floor.
That's okay. You can drink. You can toast your beer.
Phil, I'm going to have to tell you, man. I know I still owe 10. I haven't given my 10. But if that shit lands on 10 again, I can't do them tonight either, man.
What, push-ups?
Yeah.
You do owe 10 push-ups. So,
but that's from before.
Everybody, toast your drink. Toast your drink to Big Kev and take a sip. Does not need to be a shot. Whoa. Oh, that fucking alcohol is strong.
Oh,
Game of Thrones beer is very good, but very strong, everybody. So I highly recommend it. So then Daryl and Rosita, they have Eugene. He's alive. And we have this whole scene with all of them. And it's fun to see Rosita and Eugene back together again because I definitely like Rosita in these scenes tonight. Daryl and Rosita and
Any of us
Eugene's
suspect that
alive.
the reason I'm being taken alive
Because-
is despite
Oh, wait. Sorry, Phil.
what completely warranted bad blood.
Because what I really fucking hate about not hate about the scene, but Daryl, what I love you, Daryl, or I like Norman Reedus' performance of Daryl, but there's a whole shitload of nothing. He grabs Eugene with a knife. Did anyone think you? Basically, Daryl. Every situation with Daryl now happens the same exact way. Daryl gets angry. He goes to do something. Someone holds him back, and then Daryl says, "Maybe I shouldn't have done that thing."
Yeah, but did you see the difference? Daryl didn't hold Rosita back when she did it
No,
5 minutes
that's
later.
why she was awesome. She was awesome in this scene, and Eugene tries to play this off that this is
No. See, the reason why this whole scene is so fucking stupid, and Rosita is a piece of shit fucking idiot and doesn't realize how stupid she is. Same with Daryl in this moment, is because all Eugene has to say is, "What the fuck do you think the difference is between what you just said to me is my future and what Negan said my past was?" Guess what? It's exactly the same, only Negan said, "I'm going to give you things," and you're saying, "I'm going to lock you in a fucking dungeon and make you do it." Hello? Hello?
McFly, hello.
Like, either way, I die if I don't make bullets for one of you two fucking shitheads right now. But Negan wants to give me shit. You want to lock me up for it. Hello? Like, I should have just said, "Okay, kill me." That's what I did when I said I made the bullet for you. Only he was like, "Oh, all right, you get to make them for me now, and I'll give you shit for it instead of, make you eat shit for it." Stupid. So, if you hate him this much and you think he's a fucking traitor, just put a fucking bullet in his head. Like, why didn't you say, "Oh, you know how to make bullets? Can you show me how to make bullets in case you fucking die 5 minutes from now?" Why didn't you tell us you knew how to make bullets when we were on our trek across country looking for bullets every day?
So then we get he thinks it's Rick's fault and he blames it all on Rick.
You're selfish, and you're a coward, and you're a traitor.
Stupid. Just shoot him in the
You
face.
turned your back on the only friends you.
Especially,
oh wait, because you're selfish and you want it for yourself, and you're a coward and you can't actually pull the fucking trigger.
And if she shoots, she'll miss. That's her MO.
Not because we give a
She'll
rat's
hit
ass
Negan's
about
bat.
you. We just need what's in there.
5 miles on the other side of town.
Broke, listen to the very beginning of the podcast.
The only time you'll see the light of day is when we need you to teach.
Joe, it was a much happier time for Joe.
So don't worry, you'll get what you want.
I can't lie. I like anyone giving Eugene shit. I like her breaking down the real crap to Eugene here. You fucking piece of shit. So you will live to, but you're right. She's ultimately being selfish. They're being selfish where they should just kill him for betrayal ultimately. But no, they want to keep him and have him be Jesse Pinkman for them and be in a basement just working over and over again and building bullets for their side. But ultimately, at the end, when he escapes, she's just basically screaming, shoot him, so you might as well just shot him now. So, fucking that motherfucker. Cadigan, have a great night. Great to see you. Thank you so much, as always, for popping on in the live motherfucking chat. Atari says, wouldn't matter if he knew how to make bullets on the road or not. You need a machine shop to make them. Yeah, so what they're basically just...
You don't necessarily need a machine shop to make bullets. You need a machine shop to mass produce bullets. You need a packer, something to pack the powder in, right? And you need something to crimp it to make sure that the lead is on tight on the casing. Okay, but you're collecting casings. Basically, you need presses. Listen. There's to that point. There's 100 libraries that all have books, and I'm sure, like, as awful as this sounds, there are books in libraries all over the place that'll tell you how to make bullets, bombs.
Well,
many other
look
things.
at you. I can
In
feel
libraries,
you inside me
local
right now.
public libraries. That shit's there. You don't need the internet. You can go to the library, read the shit, and not leave a trace.
So
Chemistry book. Shit. That's it.
Santovia Major says, the Saviors started it when they stopped Abe, Sasha, and Daryl on the road and tried to make the fuel truck everything else they had in the name of Negan. So Dwight leaves a note on the map that says tomorrow afternoon, Negan and 10 men at X on the map, 11 people team. And wants to deliver that to Rick. So it goes to the door, and Simon and him have a scene where they go over everything, and Simon basically pressures Dwight into saying, we need to betray Negan. We've come this far. We need to go all the way and go against Negan. It's a fun scene between the two of them. Again, simple. All I mean when I say fun scenes is not that it's not redundant or fucking bullshit or even badly written. What I mean is Stephen Ogg is awesome to watch deliver dialogue. He's good. I'm a fanboy. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do it. So Simon is still planning a takeover. Give me a fucking break, says DJ at this point. Santovia says Rick and company are escalating things. They were overconfident and they bit off more than they can chew. So then we go back in with Daryl and Rosita, and they're
Wait, what? Say that again?
Rick and company escalated things. They were overconfident and they bit off more than they could chew. With dealing with the saviors, that they went in, they killed 20 saviors and really antagonized the Negan situation. There's a different perspective to look at everything.
No, I'm not arguing. You didn't hear me argue.
Right, but I'm saying, but yeah, if there's a way to look at this whole situation in Negan's perspective and say Rick's an asshole, Rick's a prick.
Right, there's a certain point you have to say, okay, so maybe it's okay you want to fight over Alexandria, right? That's worth fighting over. It's power, running water, walls, houses, pool table, right? There's a lot to fight over there. Sewer system that works. But you might want to decide at some point, do we leave as a community and travel onward, or do we stay and fight? Because here's the thing. I guarantee that at least 20% of us will be dead by the end of this, if not more, if we stay and fight. It could be 1% or 100% if we leave, and it could be, but I guarantee at least 20% if we stay. Like, why not just leave? Like, it's a big fucking country. It's a big fucking country.
Yeah, and
you've got people there that know how to dismantle fucking, like, just leave. Do what the fucking women colony did and just fucking leave. Pack up and go. And I'm sorry, lady colony. What did you walk 5 miles and say, okay, we're done here. This is where we stay? How far did you walk for 1 day? Like, what the fuck?
Find an island.
How far away did you go? And the saviors haven't found the women colony yet? Like, this is so stupid.
They're protected by the invisible abilities of the Amazonian gods. So
stupid.
Broke says review Supernatural. You got to get it on the wheel, Broke. Spin of the wheel for Broke, who says, Joe, you trolling bastard, that you loved it at the beginning of the episode. What happened to that, Joe? Let's spin the wheel for Broke Black Man 94. Spin that motherfucking wheel, buddy. Lots of love to you. Thank you so much for the super chat donation.
Oh, we got some Dean coming up. Some Dean reviews.
So here
Jeffrey Dean and his boy Dean.
Oh, that landed on Joe. Do a character impression. So Broke, let Joe know in the chat who you want him to do a character impression on. I love that. I
got one. This is for him.
Okay.
He wants a Supernatural review.
Okay, do it, Joe.
So here we go. You ready?
Let's go.
You ready? Sam, give me that fucking sandwich.
There you go. That's for Broke. Broke. I hope I don't watch Supernatural, so I don't know what that means. But I hope that pays off the debt that Joe
Meatball
owes you.
Sandwich.
So we're back in.
Gene likes the sandwiches.
Jay-
I know that.
To your point, J Matt.
Sam's always getting in the way of a good sandwich.
To your point, Joe, J Madden says 20% of us will be dead before the series ends, I think. Atari Dad says
No, it's already over, Jay. Who are you fucking kidding?
Atari Dad says Negan didn't even know about Alexandria before Hilltop hired them to hit Negan's guys, but it's probably only a matter of time until he stumbled upon them. And let's get back. We're back in with Daryl and Roos and the Walkers, and Daryl's going to handle it. And to me, this was one of those situations. Joe's going to run and take a quick break and probably go grab a sandwich. So we're back in on Daryl and Rosita and the Walkers, and Daryl's going to handle it. And this is one of those situations where it kind of irritates me how little the Walkers are a threat. And this is there's two moments in this episode where they, again, easily deball the Walkers. One where we'll get to with Aaron a little bit later, but in this moment with Daryl, where Daryl just goes off to kill a bunch of Walkers, and that's fine, him alone, but ultimately they go away from that and they don't focus on that scene, on the zombie killing. And I know people go, oh, whatever, we don't want to see zombie killing. To me, that's one of the things that The Walking Dead excels at. It's like a rock band that plays really good fast songs and aggressive songs that does one ballad, and then they get obsessed with the ballad. I call it the Red Hot Chili Pepper disorder. You know, you do Under the Bridge, and then they want to keep writing Under the Bridge over and over again, and they go into like the emo Peppers era, where they used to be a hardcore, awesome funk band, but they lost that. And The Walking Dead is in the emo pepper phase of their career, where they lose the fact that what gives The Walking Dead the edge is the funk music, is the killing of the zombies. So it's an afterthought that Daryl is fucking with the zombies. So you could have made it show one threat, double the threat. You could have doubled the intensity, really amped up this fucking moment, have Daryl having some trouble fighting off a mini horde
It
by
was
himself.
6 walkers. He walks in, I'll take care of this alone. Don't worry about it. I got it.
But instead, that's just an also-ran. 6 walkers, no problem for Daryl. And we're not going to even focus on that at all. We're going to focus on the vomit with Eugene, which could have been decent, but it could have been decent if it was done in a moment of real fucking tension, that you put Daryl's in danger, and then Rosita has to step away for a second because Daryl is actually up against a really dangerous situation. And then Eugene uses that opportunity to distract Rosita by puking on her and running away while she's looking at what Daryl's doing a little bit more intensely and thinking about walking over there. Or he escapes while she's...
No, but he had to formulate a plan on the fly with the 2 walkers coming up.
Joe, and I don't know if you've ever stuck your fingers down your throat. It's not that easy. You can't just make yourself puke that...
Well, when you eat sardine...
Maybe.
Cheese, mac...
I guess. Oh,
crap.
I guess that's why we had to write in this... Joe, we need him to puke on command.
And that's why we showed him just gobbling the shit in.
How can we...
Big spoonful at a time.
How can we make that happen? Let's have him eat... Let's have Eugene like some ridiculous meal, like sardine cheese, because he'd totally do that. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. That's just stupid tab A equals into slot B bullshit writing. And I know all writing needs to do that, but the trick of... And I'm not a fucking genius. I'm not a genius. I'm some asshole that's sitting in his fucking mom's basement here doing a fucking live podcast. I'm a fucking moron. Who am I? But I know one thing, that the goal of good dramatic fucking writing is to do that shit without seeing it. The Walking Dead, it's paint by goddamn fucking numbers. You can see every move they're making. And it goes, oh, okay, Eugene needs to drink this fucking shit because he needs to puke. The leg bone connects to the ass bone. The Rick bone connects to the Michonne emotional bone. The Michonne is going to connect to the Negan bone. Like, all that fucking bullshit is so obvious and so, as Joe says over and over again, plotting and predictable, that it deballs. It makes me not be able to make an argument against Joe that this is all right. There's no argument to make, because it's not all right, because you deball your bullshit by having us focus on the wrong fucking things. You have a moment where you can make it a real fucking dramatic moment with walkers, and you drop the ball. You had a chance, and you fucked it up. You fucked it all up.
here's the thing: those little cans that you pull open and there's all the sardines or little fishes in there. I love those fucking things. I can eat those fucking things packed in water, packed in oil. Fucking give me them fucking mustard style. You get flavors on them, like dill, whatever. Those things are fucking good. I eat those. I eat mac and cheese. I eat a lot of mac and cheese. Do I want to mix the two? No fucking way. And when that happened on screen, I was like, oh man, that'd make me fucking puke right away. Are you kidding me? Asshole, you couldn't save your fucking can of sardines and just mixed it into your own little fucking mac and cheese and let me eat mac and cheese, maybe threw me a sardine on the side. You had to mix it in and ruin the whole fucking meal. Some things just fucking ruin a whole goddamn fucking meal. You know what? You are a piece of shit, and that would have made most people puke. So right when he was eating it, I was like, oh, that would make me puke. Then you see the finger gun go down. Come on. I've made that finger gun at work right before I went home 2 hours into a shift.
We've all been there.
Excuse me. Right before I went to the bar 2 hours into a shift.
Wait. Right before I went to the strip club 2 hours. Yeah, and how do you know?
This was a long time ago. This was nothing
yeah,
recent.
like 2 weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago.
No. Nothing recent.
No, it was one of the cooking jobs. Way back when. The Revere Beach cooking jobs. So then we go off to Eugene, who so he makes himself puke, which distracts. And I'd have to rewatch this because I was so angry I couldn't really focus on what exactly was going on in this moment. But he pukes. Did it distract or disgust Rosita, and he ran away in that moment? When we're in a world, and maybe I'd have to rewatch this, so forgive my rant here. If we live in a world where the last episode, Rosita was part of the group that sludged their way through a zombie-infested, disgusting swamp. And I know projectile vomit's going to disgust a lot of people. I see some people in the live chat saying vomit really freaks you out. Stephanie, that's the one thing that really disgusts Stephanie, like the sound of someone vomiting or vomit. Like she can't handle it at all. Like she can't watch Fear Factor or certain sections of Survivor where people are eating disgusting shit. She freaks the fuck out.
Don't let her watch gag porn.
Right. So no, she definitely definitely wouldn't be into gag porn.
You're supposed to say, "What's that, Joe?" I don't know.
Oh, I know exactly. I've tried, but it's not. That's not going to happen. So I get it. But what exactly happened there, Joe? I kind of missed it. Did
he puked on her shirt and then ran? Like he looked to his right and saw the reflection of the car. Two walkers coming up from behind the fence, flanking them, because that's what walkers do, right? They always come from behind and they're always silent. So he saw them, he didn't hear them, and he decided, oh, how do I make a distraction to get away? I'll make myself puke on her because that meal sucked anyway. So he puked on her, and she was like, oh man. Then he ran around the car and she went in front of the car to meet the two zombies, which she easily handled, and then shot at the weak-ass fucking stupid wood fence with her fucking semi-automatic rifle that's meant to go, like, lots of bullets in the direction that he was headed, but none of them hit him, to which point it cut to, all right, we're now through the fence, and 10 feet on the other side of it, Eugene has laid a trail, covered his tracks, and hidden under a pile of ash with no ash dust in the air. It has all settled.
In handcuffs.
Don't worry about it. Yep. And hid himself just fine, like the ninja, sleek ninja man he is.
And
stupid Phil.
Fuck
I'm sorry.
logic.
I'm sorry. I went back on what I said. My response should have been, what happened, Phil? Stupid.
Fuck logic.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck logic. We're the Walking Dead.
So,
you've already suspended enough logic to say that there are zombies in the world, so fuck you, you stupid fucking audience.
So, Lamont said,
Really, that's what they have said to us.
Lamont says, and magically a hole was in the fence for Eugene to escape. And magically a
Perfectly,
hole.
perfectly and magically, yes.
So Aaron, then we go to the most, and Paul says at this point in time during the episode, did Eugene cover himself in ash face down wearing handcuffs? Wait, did that just
Yes, he did. Not only he in a tarp, if you notice, like you could see the tarp over his shoulder, and then piles of ash on top of that. Like, not only can Negan escape with a 15-foot lead, Eugene can escape with a 15-foot lead too. Stupid.
He's crafty, Joe. He's fucking crafty. So
stupid.
So speaking of someone that's crafty, we see Aaron dying in the rain, and drinking rainwater. Walkers are coming. He has a knife, and one comes at him. He grabs it. He pulls it down. He slashed it, but then there's
why every time this fucker stabs a walker in the head, he falls?
Why does everyone fall?
Why does oh no, I stabbed you, I must fall?
Oh, holy shit. Big Kev with another super chat donation. Phil and Joe, would The Walking Dead be one of the best shows ever on HBO?
It'd be a hell of a lot better.
Or would have turned into what it is today? Joe, you scarfed out a sandwich. You guys scarfed out a sandwich. So you think it would be a better show if it was on HBO? And Big Kev, spinning the wheel, motherfucker.
Wait, I didn't scarf down any sandwiches.
I thought when you got up to get another beer, you were going to get a sandwich.
No, I went to go get a beer. Oh, is that what you said? I went for a sandwich?
I thought you went for a sandwich.
You told people I was eating? You told people the fat boy went to eat? No.
Yeah.
Fat boy went for beer.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. Sorry. Big Kev, you got spin again, and then you got Phil drink. Okay.
But on my other monitor, I do have a menu up as soon as the show's over. I'm ordering myself some fucking delivery because Fat Boy needs a sandwich.
Big Kev, this is to you, motherfucker. Drink for Big Kev.
A real sandwich. Oh, Big Kev got drink?
Oh, Big Kev, I got it. Or for me, but you can drink too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So Aaron's fighting off zombies, and again...
I think you should change that, Phil, to not Phil drink, Joe drink, everyone drink, but everyone drink, everyone drink, everyone drink.
Very fair. Okay, so every drink is everyone drink. So
right, because what? I'm going to make you drink and watch you drink? What?
So, what? So
what?
Aaron fights off a bunch of fucking zombies, and this pisses me off, Joe, because again, it seems like the zombies, he falls, and then all the zombies want to do is play pig pile on Aaron. None of them want to
pig pile, but tippy toe.
None of them want to bite him. They have plenty of opportunities to bite him. Plenty of fucking opportunities that other characters, if they feel like they need to be bit, will be bit because they're within the bite rage radius. And
I don't know how he doesn't see them. The trees are bare. There's nothing like
it was awful.
Blocking the view. You can hear them. Well, okay, so it's raining, but why would the rain doesn't carry the voice coming from over there?
Jay Madden makes a good point that I don't think that HBO would have made much of a difference because, excuse me,
it's the showrunners.
Breaking Bad was amazing, and HBO turned away Breaking Bad, and AMC did just fine with that show, and that show had no problems.
Yeah, no, it really okay. So things that would make it better are visual, as far as I'm concerned. There would be more nudity, and in that, I think there lies some more realism, especially in a world like this.
And Negan would be able to say "fuck" a lot more, and he would
things with the language would be different.
Yep.
But as far as whether or not it would actually be a better show, not just a little different, but like a better show, those more so have to do with the showrunners themselves. So if it was on HBO and Gimple was still our showrunner at this point, there'd be no difference because this is the artistic direction he thinks it should go, and he would have the okay to bring it there.
Montrose says, no, HBO was too stupid to take The Walking Dead because it said it was too violent, even though they were in the TV show called Oz for 6 years.
Oz, The Sopranos,
all
True Blood.
All fucking violent shows. So let's continue here. Then we get Rachel, and we all know Rachel, everybody. Rachel and the other Oceanside people, because they are the best characters ever. And sorry, I'm stalling for time as well.
Yeah, and those characters.
Hey, remember that character?
Yeah, me fucking neither.
Yeah, remember that character? Me fucking neither, David. Thank you, Walking David. Who I want to make sure we thank the Walking David for sending us
these sound bites are great, David.
Yeah.
He told me that he gave them to you, but I didn't bring it up to you that he told me he gave them to you because I've been waiting to hear them.
Yeah, so
I wanted to see how you utilize them.
Thank you,
and I didn't want you to like preview them for me, and you haven't said anything about it either.
No.
So I know you wanted it to be a surprise for me as well.
The Walking David is upset he can't join us on the off weeks Joe's away because of time zone differences and not having.
Because he's a dinkleberry, and he's looking for a new apartment. Anybody knows anybody who has leads on great places for apartments in the Burbank, California area?
Help the Walking David out. He's our
Help him out.
We love the Walking David. So okay, so Rachel and the others try to find him, and they accept Aaron as one of their own. So then we see Red Machete.
Did we just get David like murdered in an alley somewhere, looking for an apartment?
Probably. Someone's gonna send him a message.
Wait. Raped first, then murdered.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Sorry, Walking David.
Let's hope. Let's give him. Let's
hope.
I mean,
let's hope not.
No, let's hope. You didn't let me finish. The Walking David.
You gotta look better pauses.
Phil and Joe are not responsible for what happens to the Walking David. But no, David, you are awesome. Hopefully, maybe you'll be able to pop in on next week's season finale episode. So,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So back in on Dwight. He's outside, and here comes Simon as they're setting up for their big betrayal of Negan, the meeting of all the agents against Negan.
On that exact spot that Negan had him put his cigarette out on.
Yup. He set him up in the exact spot, and everything's set up like it's gonna happen. And but no,
like if you're Dwight, don't you go stand somewhere else?
But no, Dwight's in on this at this point. He told Negan about the situation, about the Simon betrayal, and he's trying to he's overcorrecting in the situation. And then we hear this, Joe. We hear it. Here it comes. Here it comes.
I like your name. I'll take it from here.
Chance, great to see you finally getting to check us out live. I know you always watch us afterwards and leave some comments and stuff. It's great to you're finally able to join us live for once. Big Kev says, shit, I'm in San Diego when I get The Walking Dead East Coast time.
This is where I gotta say this. This is okay. So I'm watching this scene unfold, and all I can think this whole time, of course, it's what I've been saying all along the way, but is you sold out Simon, which means Negan's just going to come in and kill Simon. Why not sell out Simon, go along with this plan to kill Negan, and then turn around in that same instant and kill Simon?
And just take over the Saviors. Yeah.
Obviously, Simon is just as psychotic, and there's a good chance he ain't going to let you live past any of this. Like, this. This is why you're selling him out, because he's worse than Negan, right? So why not let him kill Negan, let him backstab Negan, betray Negan, help him accomplish this, which is also helping Rick accomplish that goal, and then immediately turn around and shoot him, like you should have already done to all of them in the first place, because they hand you a machine gun filled with fucking bullets, and there's no reason not to spray him down. You have ruined what was left of my whole life. All I have to look forward to is being your slave in fair, pissing myself.
But Joe, this is what Dwight has to say to you. This is what Dwight says.
Comes right at you instead of that backstabby bullshit.
Oh no! Why?
After everything he did to you, huh? Why do this? He'd win.
He'd win, Joe. Negan would win. That's why.
He'd win my ass.
He'd win Joe's fucking ass, everybody. So Dwight says he'd win.
You know what? The only thing he would win, he wouldn't just win my ass. He would win the pleasure of eating my ass out.
Holy shit. Santovia Major with the $10 super chat donation. Phil, as promised, much love to you and Joe in the motherfucking chat. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone that gives us super chat donations. They're never fucking needed, but always appreciated. And we really do appreciate the support. I don't say it enough as I hear Stephanie's voice in my head, but no, these kind of super chats, the Patreon support, all that stuff keeps us going and keeps me being able to do this. So I really do appreciate that. It means more than I let on. So thank you so much. Let's spin the wheel for Santovia. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. And it means so fucking much. And she gets... Wow. This is a lot. The wheel might be broken tonight. She got another Joe character impression. So,
oh my god, did you tape something on the back of that shit?
I did. It used to land on Phil Drum Fund. We could trade that for something else, but Joe, think about it as we go, and maybe do a Rick Grimes or something. But Santovia,
yeah, I don't have too many impressions. I can do. Okay, I can do.
No, she'll let you know what she wants. She's the donator. She gets to decide. She gets.
They
to
all
decide.
come out the same.
That's okay. That's okay, Joe. That's okay. It's the effort that matters. So Santovia, watch the chat, Joe. Santovia will tell you who she wants you to impress here. So
where did this come from? Joe is an impersonator.
There was a request. I got to be honest. I think it was. We have a room on our Discord group, and if anyone wants to join our Discord, you can find the links in the description box below, where you can keep the discussion going. There's a room where you can suggest things to be added to the wheel. I believe that was a suggestion by someone to be added to the wheel for Joe to do.
Joe does impersonations.
Joe does impressions. Steph needs that super chat money to pay for the pool boy to keep company while Phil's doing his podcast. Good point, Atari Dad. Who do you think's upstairs right now keeping her company? We need the pool boy. We need to pay him. We need to pay Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo, to distract her while I do podcasts in my mom's basement. Give me a fucking break. Dang, Joe, eating your ass out. Is there a sandwich in there? Wait. Oh, fucking great stuff as always.
Yes.
There is.
Best sandwich you've ever had.
It's delicious. It really is. So Dwight says he'd win. And then Negan starts hitting dead people with a bat. And then yet another Negan.
It's both vegetarian and carnivore. It's got the best sauce. It's got cheese.
Joe, one of the best parts of this episode is when Negan, on the night of WrestleMania, quotes Ric Flair.
You can do that.
Woo!
Hell.
Ric Flair. Woo!
I don't know if I might have missed the quote, but he says, "If you want to be the man, you gotta beat the man." And can we just talk about the non-showing pregnant Maggie? They don't even try with Maggie, Uncle Patsy. I'll get to Maggie in a second when she pops in the episode, but she's just given up. They don't care. She doesn't care. They don't care. Whatever. So he quotes Ric Flair, and we set up for the fight. Simon talks to everybody that's going to be a big fight, winner take all. And then he's running. He hits Negan. And after he hits Negan, I got to tell you guys, I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. I'm not sure what happened afterwards. Like, there was the moment where Simon ran in there and hit him at first. And then it was almost as if, what's his name? I'm fucking blanking on names right now tonight, but it was almost as if the director of 300 stepped in and started directing the scene, where we just got shaky cam, crazy fucking...
That was a stupid fight, dude. It was a real stupid fight.
It was really awfully filmed.
It makes no sense. Why would you even put yourself in a situation where you could be...
Zack something is his name. Zack Schneider. Zack Schneider.
Yeah. To get your jaw broken. Like, this is the zombie apocalypse. Like, yes, a broken bone? Nothing. Don't worry about it. I'll just go down the ER. They'll help me out. A torn eye socket from an errant punch. No problem. Don't worry about it. I'll just go get checked out by my local doctor. Oh, whoops. I burned his face off and the other one escaped.
Joe.
It makes no sense. It's stupid. It's stupid. You just kill the fucker. You don't put yourself in this. This is just stupid. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. right. Let's have it. And why isn't one of these other schmucks behind them like, oh, these are the two psychopaths, both psychopaths, both the psychopathic idiots, except that one bitch that's standing over there. But I'll shoot her right after I shoot these two fuckers.
Joe, we've got your impression request. You need to do an impression of King Ezekiel. King Ezekiel. Think about that one. And Broke, we'll come back to you in 1 second. Broke says, Shocking, The Walking Dead, and WrestleMania have the same thing in common. Both started good and now is a shit show. Brooke says, WWE writers wrote The Walking Dead. Montrose says, Joe, did you agree with me that the Oceanside should be wiped out just like the garbage people? Should we just get rid of Oceanside at this point? It's useless?
Yes, useless. Well, they'll show to be not useless next week, but yeah, useless.
Awful fucking shit. Okay, so Simon talks to everyone, get a fight. But besides everything you said, which is 100% true, Joe, the thing that pissed me off about the fight was just how horribly it was filmed. And besides everything that you're saying about the fight not making sense, all of that crap is 100% a factor. But if a fight is actually well choreographed and filmed well, all of that's forgiven because it's fun to watch. This was horrible to watch. I almost felt like I was about to have a crazy attack and go crazy because there was just so many cuts and weird angles and distractions. I mean, I don't mind I do mind the shaky cam cuts. Those were horrible. But we got angles where the camera angle of the fight was someone's fucking back looking at the fight. And I know what they were trying to do from an artistic standpoint to put you in the room watching the fight, but it was not successful.
It didn't work.
It didn't work at all.
Nobody notices Dwight run out of the room.
Yeah. It was horrible, dude. It was fucking horrible. Yeah, Dwight. Yeah, exactly. Dwight takes Gregory off the side of the room. Gregory is someone you can trust, but it ends up being all right anyway because Gregory, the one moment you can trust him is when Negan actually needs to deliver a fake message. So whatever, you trust Gregory in this moment. But whatever. And Gregory takes the map and he gives him a car and he heads off there. Atari Dad says, I think the bad filming had to do with the stunt doubles they used for it. They showed them in Talking Dead. They were young guys that looked nothing like Negan and Simon. Very fair. They made Simon look like a punk. Debbie does Dallas. Debbie does Dusseldorf. Joe, don't forget your Ezekiel impression. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Here you go.
There's a saying. The pessimist looks down and sees his penis. The optimist looks up when he's getting a blowjob. But the realist, well, he knows he's too dirty for anybody to do that to him.
Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your
That's my
shit.
version of a King Ezekiel quote during the zombie apocalypse.
Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy.
Oh wait, I should have made my dreads more prominent here too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thou art.
And they're too long.
Thou art mortal, Joe. Thou art mortal. They did not notice.
I can't hear. I'm deaf. Hold on.
Thou art mortal, Joe. Brooke Blackman. They did not.
I forgot to put it in King speak.
You did.
I can't do that. I won't do that. I won't.
You have to do it again.
Thou shalt not make me speaketh in stupid ways. You are not a gimple. You are a pimple that I shall expunge from my anus in this speech for ye.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a much better Ezekiel.
Yeah, that was better. I'm glad I pushed you for that one. Santovia said she'd take the first one, but I can't wait till she catches up with that one. So I think that was much better. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good clip material for the season, for the year finale show from this episode. So I'll have to make sure and make note of that. Okay, so here we go. then Simon talks to everyone. They fight. But Negan kicks his face in. Negan is on top of Simon, choking him, and it's the end of an era here.
Before it all, it's Hilltop. You got saviors killed, and then you ran away like a coward. You got shown up one too many times. Those people, they are always gonna know that there's a loophole, a way to escape. They are always gonna.
Did you like Negan at all better in this episode?
No,
Joe?
never in any episode for the entire time he's been on The Walking Dead, Phil. Yes, no, never. No. Did I like Negan at all? Exclamation question mark. That's where your question ends. No. Whatever time frame you fucking want. You have never once heard me say this. Oh, wait. Yes. There was a time I did like Negan.
When you were reading him in the comic books? Yeah. Tapping on that fucking shit, asshole. Okay, so Negan's on top and he chokes him out.
Oh, yeah, Negan's on top, choking the chicken.
Yep, and then we get the best line of the whole entire episode. Well, I thought I had it.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. No?
No, it was. I thought I captured it. I guess I didn't get it. He just calls him an asshole. And
I love it when you call me Big Asshole. Oh yeah, when he turns around from after killing him.
Yeah, and he talks. And
asshole.
He talks to the camera and tells him he was an asshole.
Yeah, that was stupid too. It takes a lot longer to choke someone out than that.
Oh yeah. It's messier and Simon.
I mean, he could be strong enough to crush his larynx
or scratch him up or some shit like that. Q&A. Out of the cast, who will be added to the main opening credits in season 9 if you could predict? Out of the lesser cast members, is Aaron already in the main credits? If he's not, my guess would be Aaron.
Chick from Oceanside there. What's her name?
Rachel?
Our main chick, the chick who took over apparently, whose grandmother died and now she's queen apparently. Because apparently that's how they do it. Oh, wait, your old chick you're related to. She's gone now, so you're the new leader. None of our other people who are older, wiser, more experienced, smarter,
Joe,
or whatever. No. It's you now, sweetheart. You're the one. What?
Another question for you, Joe, from Jay Morris, the review guy. Since we saw Jadis in the final promo on Next Time, what role do you think she'll play, and will she survive next week's episode?
Well, she will play the art installation in the background. She'll just every now and then she'll dance through a scene in some sort of like I don't know, leather fairy outfit
in a Maud Lebowski sort of fashion.
Right. Yeah, exactly, Phil. That's I don't know. She's stupid. Who the fuck? Why is she still even a thing?
Do I think she's going to survive this finale? If I was guessing, I would say no. I think she's one of the characters that could be caught up in some sort of crossfire.
Oh, she's got to tell us about our helicopter, so she survives it.
Oh, fair, very, good point. We got Atari Dad who has a question here. Wait, let me get over. I got to get to Atari Dad's question.
42, Atari.
Question, Dad.
42.
Atari Dad says, Henry will probably be in the main...
Henry really makes me hate kids.
Oh, sorry. Henry will probably be in the main credits, taking over Carl and Whisper stuff. Atari Dad says she'll fly in the Maud Lebowski zipline sort of thing. The people in the opening credits right now are Rick, Daryl, Maggie, Michonne, Morgan, Carol, Tara, Rosita, Eugene, Negan, Father Gabriel, and Aaron. Oh, so Aaron's already in the main credits.
Right. We're gonna add what's her name from Oceanside.
From the Oceanside person. Okay. And I think we're gonna lose a couple of those people too in the finale. Morgan's going away. Carol, I guess, is going to survive.
Simon wasn't one of them.
No. Nude and body.
Dwight isn't one of them.
I guess Dwight could be added to the cast. Dwight could be another one. I could see Dwight surviving and joining the main group.
Those are the only two. Simon's dead, so no.
Dwight or the Oceanside. Yeah, Oceanside or Dwight would be.
Because, hey, spoiler alert for 30 seconds. Dwight's still alive after this book, so.
Yeah. So we come back in on Gregory. He made it to Hilltop. We see Maggie sleepwalking through her scene as she walks through. She shows the
Maggie was in this?
Maggie was in it for 2 seconds. She just walks by and goes, Rick, he had a map.
Oh, right. Gregory showed up. I forgot. That's so stupid.
Gregory is here. He has the map. I am Lauren Cohan.
And how did you not know that this was a fucking setup?
Oh,
Dwight?
Chance. I didn't even think about Jesus. Jesus is definitely a probability, too. They could add Jesus to the main cast. Even though they don't know what the fuck to do with Jesus.
Even before the Dwight shit went down with Simon out in the courtyard, right?
Jesus
even
totally
before
disappeared.
that shit went down. Why would you think that this wasn't a setup? Negan comes to you and is all like, I don't trust you. Are you trustworthy? Everybody, I have a new plan. I'm going to be right there. And 2 by 2 at all these other spots. And, like, come on. Like, really? Nobody else did it? Anybody out there? Really? You didn't see this coming? You were thrown off by the secondary get at Dwight to kill Simon? Like, you didn't see this coming? Like, no matter what kind of ruse, red herring they threw at you, you did not see this coming? This wasn't like, beep, 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 Morse coded right to your fucking cortex, like, immediately? Come on. That was some Eugene speak there for y'all who like that stupid fucking shit.
I love it, Joe. So the Telltale Games use Jesus better in this game. Jay Morris makes a good point that Jesus kind of disappears.
Jesus? Where? Wasn't in this episode. Wow, what like 3 minutes the entire fucking season on screen?
Atari Dad says the fucking Telltale Games use Jesus better than this game. Broke says, spoiler alert, funny you say Dwight is still alive in the books. Aunt Rick's kid's supposed to be still alive. Jay Morris says, I think Ezekiel and Dwight will be added, and there's also Jesus and Enid JSSing around the cast. I'm no big city lawyer, but I'm JSSing all up and down this piece.
JSSing in the bedroom.
I'm JSSing
on the bathroom
Joe,
floor.
I'm JSSing everywhere. I'm JSSing all over my couch next week, Joe. That's what's happening here. I'm JSSing. Montrose says, why is Gregory even still alive? That's what Joe was saying earlier. Brooks says, Phil, you should put some type of spoiler image saying as long as this image is up, we're saying a spoiler. That's not a bad idea, Broke. I will work on that. I'll try to get maybe analysis to make me a spoiler PNG so I can put on the screen at points like that. Be cool. So anyways, Negan and Dwight are talking, and Negan is talking about his dick.
Penis!
His dick. Yeah, Joe. You're right. He's talking about his dick. Let's listen.
My dick is so big, they can see it from
waist,
Russia.
Slinking behind my back like some kind of dickless
It
worm.
swings behind his back. My dick is so big, it swings behind my back.
Dexter St. Dick.
I gotta go piss.
He's walking around.
Beer has caught up to me.
He's swinging his dick, and he puts it over his corner. And you guys are with me. Sorry, everybody. Now that we got that Joe away. Oh, wasn't this a great episode of The Walking Dead? It was the greatest thing of all time. Fuck Joe. Fuck him in his fucking dirty dreadlock predator-looking son of a fuck. I'm only saying that because I have to pee soon, too. So just gonna talk shit with me. Enid, please say she dies. Die, Enid, die. I'm JSSing to the left of me. JSSing to the right of me. JSSing everywhere I go. I JSS to the right. I JSS to the left. I JSS all up in your place. I JSS in the mouth. Won't take to me. It's talking in my mouth. Talk about my body and it's talk about my house. Stick it in your head. Stick it in your body. JSS. Oh, what the fucking Cotty. Sorry. I too am slightly buzzed, and I have fun singing. The Walking David live in the motherfucking chat, not on Memorex as in video. And with Carl and Simon dead, Morgan leaving and likely another dead coming in the finale, that's a lot of sport for new characters to get some shine. Brooks says, I told you guys they'd kill that fucking tiger so we can hire a guy who can produce better dick jokes. So Negan and Dwight are talking. Negan talks about his dick.
Killing me. Like, what else am I gonna do besides crush the guy's throat? Yeah. You know what's bad for Simon? It's good for you. I know we've had our ups and downs, D, but...
So this is all a setup. So ultimately, Laura walks in and...
Found her on the side of the road. Laura, why don't you tell D what you told me?
You scum
That
weasel.
night in Alexandria, he turned on us. He killed our team. I ran, and I kept on running. I was hurt. But what kept me alive was the thought of getting back here and exposing you for the scum weasel you are.
Scum weasel, Joe. I'm a scum weasel. I'm kind of a scummy weasel, but that's a different.
Might be a little bit.
A little bit of a scummy weasel. We have Joe Dirty Locks back in there. We get the Walking David, who's actually in the live chat. Joe was calling you out before, David. Joe was calling you out, motherfucker.
Call anyone out?
No, in a loving way. So Laura reports. Negan explains that he knows everything that's going on, Joe.
How to get to the outpost. You keep us locked in here, slipping them workers' guns. I mean, maybe you even lied to me about...
Yeah, Jeffrey D. Morgan's trying, Joe. Come on, he's trying. He's trying to get to you. He's trying to make you love this. This is, I think, when he is... This is a better tack than the balls against the wall and my sensation ball. When he's trying to be a little bit more, not creepy, but a little bit more serious. I wouldn't have minded Jeffrey D. Morgan on The Walking Dead playing an interesting villain character. It's just some of the cocky-locky dialogue is just too silly to make it pass. But he's having fun. I guess I feel bad because you could...
It's not enough, Phil. You keep saying that week after week. He's having fun. Him having fun doesn't mean I'm having fun.
Fair. I'm not having much fun either, but he's having fun, and it makes me want to have fun with him sometimes.
Makes you want it. You know why? Because you're not having it.
Hell, you for sure lied to me about that.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
You think you're some sort of a hero?
So Laura, she reports Negan talks shit to Dwight and says, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up. Thank you for delivering my news to Rick in the piss patrol. And he thought about killing him.
Killing you, and then...
But no, he doesn't want to do that. He'd rather bring him to Easy Street. So he's going to turn Dwight into his new Daryl. So we go off to Eugene, who's finally home, and he finds out that Negan is back, and Eugene tries to give an inspirational speech to his workers.
In case of another incursion.
We've established a perimeter. We just got a message from the sanctuary. Negan's back, and he has plans to finish the hilltop. Rick's walking into a trap. We'll need the bullet order filled by tomorrow morning.
All right, everybody. Swoosh, swoosh. Work harder. Work faster. Fuck you all. What?
Or you can cry and die.
Yes, boss. Stupid.
So then he basically goes to Gabriel and tells him to get back in the fucking game. So then we go to Simon as a walker, and probably one of the highlights of the episode is seeing Simon as a walker. He does look great. And Negan gets a call from Michonne. This is our final bit of the episode. And let's listen to this, Joe, because I'd love to hear really what you think about all this.
With the dreads, sword. Is that you?
And she reads the letter.
This is Carl.
It's stupid. Stupid. Why? Really, Michonne? It's that important that this psychopath, this absolute fucking psychopath who beat in front of your fucking eyes the brains out of 2 of your fucking comrades. It is that important. You've spent that much time with him. Carl spent that much time with him that it's important to any of you what the fuck he thinks or does or knows from Carl. It's that important. You're honoring the memory of Carl by showing it to him. The fuck does Carl's memory? You are stupid, Michonne.
Oh my goodness. Joe's left the building. Joe has retired from the podcast. He can't take it anymore. Oh my gosh. I wish I was living on Easy Street too, said Tovia. So she reads the letter. Let's listen to some of this letter.
We didn't even have to be doing what we were doing. I was just helping someone.
Another thing. Why she wouldn't have just hung up that fucking, turned that fucking walkie-talkie off as soon as she was done reading her stupid fucking letter from Carl? Because what does it matter what he has to say? Either he says, you're absolutely right, I'm going to lay down my weapons. Okay, what do you need to hear that for? You'll see him do it. Or he says, go fuck yourself. And what do you need to hear that for?
D says it, Joe. Michonne loves Carl with or without fever. She just loves Carl, and she feels like his words need to be.
What does that mean?
His words need to be delivered.
You might be gone.
Listen,
For
Joe.
what?
My dad made your people give you
He's
up. And
dead.
he
What do
killed
his
you, but I
words
don't.
need to be delivered for? You ain't the fucking post office.
It's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful.
My ass is beautiful too, but fucking Negan don't need to be seeing it.
We're a lost cause, and you just want to.
Centovia says, I would have read the letter too because I'm nosy, but I would have read it to Negan.
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't say don't read the letter. Like, that shit's good. I'll read your diary.
I just wonder if
but
this
I
is
ain't
what
gonna
you
read it
wanted.
to somebody else.
I wanted to ask you.
That's just cruel.
Joe, I wanted to ask you.
I wish I could have. Maybe you'll beat us.
One day
If
we'll
you
be.
do, there'll just be
One day
someone
we'll be
else to fight.
friends.
The way out is working.
I will applaud The Walking Dead on one thing. I thought they were gonna go cheesy route and have this be in Carl's voice too, and at least it was in Michonne's voice. I'll give him credit for that.
It's forgiveness. It's believing that it doesn't have to be a fight anymore. Because it doesn't.
Doesn't if you kill him.
I hope my dad offers you peace. I hope you take it. I hope everything can change. It did for me.
Listen. Here's the thing. Even if you get peace, right? Peace. What is this? Like, you're going to draw a 50-second parallel? Because eventually, like, you'll see one side is going to aggress again. Right? Eventually. It may take time, but eventually someone's not going to be satisfied with your stupid status quo. Like, it makes no sense. It's just stupid.
Callie, hey, Joe and Phil, hey, you're Rick Walking David. Listen, Negan, let me read you something you could logically guess that Carl said. He says, so could Michonne talking to Negan be considered treasonous? I think she's just trying to cater to Negan's humanity, which I think ultimately is going to come back in the end. At the end of this whole fight, he's gonna have a chance to kill Rick or have a chance to do something really horrible and decide at the last minute that he's not going to do it because of Carl. It's going to be horrible.
What's treasonous in the first place? So if you do something that Rick didn't say, this is what we're doing, it's treasonous. Like, apparently Daryl's allowed to do whatever he wants. Rosita's allowed to do whatever she wants. Tara's allowed to do it. So there is no you're allowed to do whatever you want as long as the main focus is either ending the war somehow.
I think Santovia has the best answer. Treasonous? Nah. Stupid and pointless? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Callie says, melodramatic garbage. The writers are terrible when it comes to character motivation.
They wanted to frame it in both Carl letters.
Yeah, motivation. Why does everyone keep reaching out to Negan? Why? Atari Dad says, Joe.
I agree.
Joe,
Agreed.
This is a question for you, Joe. Joe, at this point, are you more pissed off at this letter or the fact that the finale next week is probably going to end like this? What are you more pissed off at?
Well, what I'm most pissed off at is next week on The Walking Dead, the war ends.
Joe, what you're most pissed off at is you don't have to work next week and you have to recap the episode with me.
Not true. Not true. Because you know what I also get to do?
Get drunk. It's Sunday night. Get drunk.
Because here's the thing. Where I used to be a drink every Friday and Saturday night for like 10 years or so. What, right? About 15 years? Well, longer than that, 20 years
20s
or so.
and 30s.
I now only drink like 6 times a year, so to get to do this 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's fucking great. There's a chance, not definitely, but Joe might be in studio in here next week. But either way, Joe will be back either at his house or in the studio next week for the podcast. So Joe will be with us for the finale as well. So make sure if you have any questions or voicemails you want to get in that will play in the finale about your thoughts about this season of The Walking Dead, get it in at 781-990-8509. Walking David says, Carl's letter. Hey, Negan, it's Carl, Rick's son. The kid you took hostage and killed his friends in front of him? Cut it out, okay? My daddy doesn't like all this fighting, and you shouldn't either. Too bad Joe doesn't live in the UK. You can drink at work here as much as you want. Is the war ending next week? Yes, it is. Walking David,
I work in a hospital. I don't think they let the hospital workers drink as much as they want at work.
Well, you work in you work with in like a psych sort of situation. Yeah, a couple of well-placed drinks might help you deal with your job.
Well, that may be true, but it's still, I don't think they'd allow me to do it.
Fair, very
I
fair.
don't think it's, like a couple of well-placed blunts might help me deal with it too, but it's still not something
it doesn't mean that it's not frowned upon. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's not frowned upon. Right. Walking David is writing Walking Dead fucking fan fiction over there. Okay, so she reads the letter, and Negan cares. And does Negan care too much? He doesn't care enough, Joe. He won't surrender.
I wouldn't accept your surrender if you came to me on your knees. See, winning isn't about beating you. Winning is about killing every last one of you. That is starting.
Yeah. We've heard this 1,000 fucking times. Every episode this year.
I never wanted this.
Joe.
Rick made this happen.
Both of them.
Joe, it's gonna be different this time. It's gonna be
different. That.
He's gonna say something special.
No more talk.
No more talk. And he crushes his own walkie-talkie. Isn't that yours? I want someone to turn to us. Isn't that yours?
Yeah, both are easy to come by. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're easy. You could just stop anywhere. Things are. No one loots everything.
Local mart.
And that is the end of our episode of The Walking Dead. And basically, we see next week's episode. Oh, no. He needs to start over. Next week on The Walking Dead, lots of war and standing in a row. Oh, shit, Dwight. Why couldn't this been the beginning? And this is what DJ said. Oh, shit, Dwight. Why couldn't this have been the beginning of the episode with the Dwight situation? Not that I want Dwight to die, but if Negan doesn't kill him, I just don't get it. And really, Negan is that smart to use Dwight? I don't think so. Blah, 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 Eugene. Really, Michonne, the letter, is it that important? Well, there's your answer. Peace is not an option. So, to go to this, Negan, why didn't he just kill Dwight? What's the fucking point, Joe? I know you're going to just say it's stupid is your answer, but
it is.
It's just stupid.
There is no point not to kill him, Phil. None whatsoever.
It's annoying.
Yep.
There's just certain things I don't mind. I forgive a lot on a lot of shows. But at one point, when you just ultimately take logic out the window and you just don't give a shit.
Fuck logic.
Yeah, when you just fuck logic, it's just fucking bullshit. Let's take a couple comments from the live chat.
Right, Callie. That's Negan laughed as he killed Glenn and Abraham. He mocked Maggie as she cried. He gutted Spencer and threatened to bash Carl's head in. But the letter, he's touched.
He's
like exactly, Callie. Perfectly put. Why would you even bother reading that to him? It's so fucking stupid.
And Baghead says, people still watch The Walking Dead. Sorry, Dad. Not the recap is over. I think about checking out a good apocalypse story that is now out, A Quiet Place. Go see it. It's really good. Scariest movie I've seen in a while. And people still watch Walking Dead. No. They watch it to watch our recap. That's what. No. Thank you, everyone that does check out our recap. We really do appreciate it. We'll take a couple of more.
People do still watch it.
No, they do. 6 million
Phil
people.
and I.
6 million people watch it, and hopefully we'll get 6 million views on this video. Probably not. And oh wait, we do have another cut clip.
Here's the thing, Phil. The 6 million people that watch it won't watch us once they hear past the first 5 minutes of any one of our shows, right? And the 6 million people or the 16 million people that stopped watching it, why the fuck would they watch us? They don't watch the show anymore.
Joe, I got another cut clip from Negan in this episode in his talk to Dwight. Let's listen to this.
Well, look at you. I can feel you inside me right now.
So yeah, someone has the juice all over their place. Rest in peace, Simon, the best actor on the show. And so it's very true. Thank you, Stephen Ogg, and for making this season somewhat interesting. At times, you killed it in every scene. You're fucking cool. I can't wait to see you on Westworld. And someone said in the chat earlier that he has a bigger part in Westworld this season. I hope that.
But is it going to be the same part with a cowboy hat on?
I don't want to hear you talk about Westworld right now. There's plenty of time for that. On what is Joe?
No. Here's the thing, Phil. I challenge them to utilize him as not Trevor.
Fair.
As not Simon.
Okay.
Fucking cowboy hat.
I misjudged what you were saying. Yeah, is to see if he has another gear. If this is the only character he can play, or can he play a different kind of character?
Exactly. You already gave us, our from last season 1. You have Anthony Hopkins doing Anthony Hopkins as Anthony Hopkins does whenever you have ever fucking seen Anthony Hopkins.
Joe,
don't do this to Stephen Ogg.
We'll make sure that we, and also Floki will be on this season of Westworld as well.
Nice, a Skarsgård.
Yeah, don't. We'll definitely have. You're welcome to join me every other week for Westworld reviews if you want to be in this season. But we'll talk about that a little bit.
See if it's worth my time.
Yeah, we'll see if it's worth Joe's time.
I'm not committed. I didn't go through like 3 or 4 seasons thinking it was like the best thing since sliced fucking bread.
There's only been one season.
Exactly. And I didn't go through 3 or 4 seasons thinking it was the best thing since sliced bread. I went through one season. Well, I went through one episode, 3 fucking times.
Yeah, before you stayed awake. So everybody, Joe and I will be back next week to talk more Walking Dead. We'll also be back very soon, sometime in the next 2 weeks, to finally do our Cersei Lannister appreciation / recap stream. All about Cersei all the time to start getting back into doing some Game of Thrones live streams.
I would do that bitch all the time.
So yes, we're gonna have
all about that girl all the time.
We're gonna have a lot of fun talking about Cersei.
All them Walking Dead girls. Not Walking Dead girls. Game of Thrones girls.
And even if you've never watched Game of Thrones, please think about checking it out. We'll try to set it up. We're almost going to be talking about it like you've never watched Game of Thrones before and setting up who Cersei is, talking a little bit about her storyline and what we love about her. And also,
she's the one that wears red and gold, right?
Of course. She's the one with the dragons, right?
No. That's the yellow one with the white hair.
Oh, yeah, the white hair one. What's her name? The Nunes? The Ninus? Danny's. Yeah, that's no, but we're really excited to get back to talking about some Game of Thrones. So Joe and I will be on sometime in the next couple of weeks, maybe even this week, to talk about Cersei Lannister. So look out for that. And everybody, thank you so much. And if you have any questions about Cersei, you want to get in, or anything you want to get in, any voicemails or texts you want to get in that show. Anything you want to get in, and I know talking to you broke. Anything you want to get in, please leave us a voicemail or get in contact. now is the time to
Gotham.
get your voice in that particular discussion. So everyone, thank you so much. Cersei was the one who said, "Look at you. Can you feel inside me right now?" Oh, yeah. Yeah. Joe, thank you so much for joining me this week. I will talk to you next week because Joe and I only talk when we do this show. But no, if you want to see Joe and I play a video game, you can check out Dirty Issues. We played a game called A Way Out, and I'd love to say we'd play it. Are
you going to be up for a while?
Maybe. What time is it? 1:50?
Because I got the house to myself.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to meet some fucking Georges.
But yeah, if you want to check it out, you can check out Dirty Issues to see Joe and I playing a video game together. It was a lot of fun. But everyone, thank you so much. We will talk to you guys next week to talk some more fucking Walking Dead. And let me get the fucking music up, Joe. I gotta get the fucking
Gotham broke. Gotham.
Did you watch Gotham, Joe?
I watched the first 2 seasons. I thought were really good. The worst part of the first 2 seasons I thought was
Fish Mooney,
right? But when I started watching season 3 and they started doing that double Bruce shit, and I was just like, you know what? This show just they managed to take 2 steps up and then just take 3 steps back down.
Like a Paula Abdul song. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this podcast, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to the audio version of this on iTunes or on Podbean or any of the other audio places, please let me know. Send me a message. Comment away. Give us some iTunes ratings to help more people listen to the podcast. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, share the channel. Spread it around. Spread it around like a dirty, dirty, dirty boy. Spread that shit around. Pass it around like Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. Some shit like that. Motherfucking chat, you're awesome. I love you, Walking David. I love you, Santovia, Callie. All of you guys in the live chat, you guys are awesome as always. We'll be back again next week to talk about the season finale. Then Westworld, Game of Thrones. Eventually, Better Call Saul's coming too. And lots more What a Joe Thinks. Thank you, everybody. Later.